everything should be set and good to go. Muted, checked out. Continue. Go back here. Just double checking, making sure everything's A-okay. There we go. I double check to make sure everything's on. Yeah, it should be showing, so I don't know how people aren't seeing it, but okay. Each their own, I suppose. Just gonna double check, make sure that yep, audio's coming through. Everything's clear, everything's okay.
Maybe.
Maybe. If he is, then Luna's in danger. Damn it, Fi.
I didn't see you stopping her.
Well, yeah, but I just had this gut feeling that I could trust him. That is true. You don't trust him, Fi. We do a little more.
A gut feeling, huh? Sure, you were not the one who's feeling a connection to our armored friend. I mean, all that plating is pretty flattering to his figure.
That's not
Are
it.
you sure?
Yeah.
Have you considered that it might be Luna?
No, that's not possible.
Why not?
Because Luna didn't need a knife to kill Alice. When we played the last round, Alice's BP was 1. Luna was playing against the two of us. She would have had... all she had to do is to convince us to vote ally, and then she could have killed Alice easily.
She would have just had to pick Betray. But
Exactly.
if she'd done that, do you really think the rest of us would have let her get away with it? We'd probably have tied her up or locked her away or something. Besides, there's no way in hell Alice would have chosen an ally. The only way to get an ally vote from your pair would have been to physically overpower Alice. Or trick her like I did with Dio.
So what? You're saying Luna's the killer?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying the possibility exists. Even if she was, I don't think we need to worry about Kay's safety. He's got a full suit of armor.
That is very true.
I'm betting he's pretty hard to kill with all that on. Alright, I think that's enough of that. Let's go check Alice's bracelet.
Right. Over through the cyan door, into the crew quarters. Here's... Clover! Hey, come on, don't run away.
Run away?
Well, it sure looked like you were trying to get away from
I
us.
wasn't running away, though I just don't want to talk to you.
Isn't that pretty much the same thing? Look, running away isn't going to do you any good. Don't you want to find out who killed Alice? Well, you're not going to be able to figure that out unless you talk to
I don't
people.
need to. Why not? I already figured out who did it.
No, you didn't. You think you did, but you didn't. There's no way. Who was
I
it?
can't tell you.
Why not?
You might be working with them. Both of you could be in on it.
Oh, come on. Of course we're
Forget
not.
about it. There's no point. Doesn't matter what you tell her, she's never going to leave you.
That's
Just tell
true.
us one thing, Clover. How did you know who it was?
I noticed something.
And what was that?
Alice figured it out too. Before she...
What was it?
Why don't you figure that out yourselves? Anyway, we gotta go.
Yeah, you didn't figure out anything, Clover. Hey, wait, Clover. And off she goes. Well, great. Well, there she goes. As ever stubborn and useless as ever. Ah, shit.
What's wrong?
I forgot to ask Clover what color her bracelet is now.
Really? That's it? Calm down.
She's a cyan pear.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Snuck a peek at it when she ran by. And it looks like Alice's is a blue solo.
That means she's going to go with the yellow pair. She reached down and casually picked up Alice's bracelet up off the floor.
I'll hold on to this.
Yeah, good idea. I wonder what it was that Clover
I
noticed.
mean, what Alice noticed. Were you even listening?
Fine, what did Alice notice? If I didn't answer. Instead, she kneeled down and began to examine Alice's body. What are you doing?
I'm investigating.
What are you
What
investigating?
does it look like I'm investigating? Looking for any clues to what she figured out before she died. Found something already. Have a look.
She held something out. It was a handkerchief stained in reddish brown. Stained reddish brown. Blood, in other words. Is that blood?
Looks like it. It's darker than Alice's, so it's probably been on her since before she died.
If it's not hers, whose blood is it? The old lady?
Maybe.
Do you think Alice killed her?
Who knows? She could have just found this somewhere for all we know.
And you think she figured something out from this handkerchief?
Can't say for sure, but it's definitely a possibility. So, time moved on. We need to figure out what Tenmyoji and Dia's bracelets have changed to.
We need to find Quark.
Yeah.
Let's take the blue door then. We should be able to get to the room Tenmyoji, Quark, and Clover went to that way.
Sounds good.
Boop. And the door has opened again. Into the blue door then. Which brings us to... is it the garden? No, it was the rec room. It says rec room. This is the only door that's unlocked.
Yeah. So this is where Tenmyoji's team went.
I'm gonna open it,
How
alright?
many times do I have to tell you? You don't need to keep asking.
Okay, okay. Into the rec room we go. Rec room. Tenmyoji. I'm guessing from your face that Quark is still missing.
No sign of him, huh?
Happy.
What?
Asking if you're happy or still missing.
No, of course not. Why would I?
Does it hurt? Are you so terrified of whether or not he's safe that it feels like someone's got your chest in a vice? It ain't think so. Quark's got 9 BP. If I find it first, I might make an escape. So it's better for you if I had found it. Am I wrong?
Tenmyoji, what's going on here? That doesn't sound like you. I know you're worried about Quark,
Just
but
what the hell do you know?
everything, Timyoji. Everything. That's what we know. Or just about everything.
He's all I've got left. If something happens to him, I'll...
Timyoji.
It's all my fault. It wasn't supposed to be like this. I never should have brought him here.
Did you say rot?
Yes. Zero made me an offer.
Wait a minute. I thought you said you and Quark were abducted like the rest of us.
You mean you came here voluntarily?
Hey, answer me. What the hell's going on here?
Can I see the other side of your bracelets?
Why?
Please, just do it.
Fine, I looked at one another. Neither of us knew what was going on. But there was no reason to refuse. We shrugged and did as we'd been told. Then suddenly, in the blink of an eye, Timyoji had pulled out some kind of can from his pocket and sprayed both of our wrists with it. Hey, what the hell, man?
Calm down. It's not going to hurt you.
Is this some kind of chemical?
Yeah, I found it when I was searching this room.
It's luminol. He walked towards the door and flipped the light switch.
Good work. It's dark now.
Show me your bracelets again.
That stuff you sprayed with was luminol, wasn't it?
Yeah. How'd you figure that out?
I guess when you turned off the light.
Isn't that the stuff they use on cop shows to find blood and other stuff?
Yeah.
Why did you spray us?
Just relax, okay? That's all I needed to know.
Why?
Neither one of you is Zero Senior.
Are you saying that because there wasn't any reaction from the luminol?
Yep.
Someone mind explaining this to
Well,
me?
we know as much as I do now. I was just making guesses based on what he was doing.
Hey,
Sorry,
Timyoji.
but I gotta go. I need to go look for Quark.
No. I'm sorry, but I can't let that happen. You dropped a real bomb back there, and I'm not about to just ignore it. What do you mean when you said that Zero made you an offer? Why are you here?
Can't tell you.
Why not? I don't really understand how, but you seem to have decided that neither of us is Zero Senior, right? Then why?
You don't get it. I can't tell you no matter who you are. Right now, we might as well assume Quark is a hostage. Zero Junior seems to be aware of everything that goes on here. If I tell you, he'll know. And then God only knows what Zero Senior will do. Please, I'm asking you, put yourself in my shoes.
I looked him in the eyes for the first time since we'd entered the room and saw nothing but years of loneliness and regret. Before I could speak, he turned and left the room. Hey, can I ask you a
It
question?
won't do you any good. Whatever you want to know, I don't know anything about it.
No, it's not about what just happened.
Then what is it? Oh, I see. You mean his bracelet, right? Chill, man. He's a red Solo.
Red Solo. That means he's gonna go with the cyan pair? Is it cyan pair? It'd be cyan pair. Yeah.
Had a look while he was talking.
Oh, good job. That wasn't what I wanted to ask
Well, what is
either.
it then?
When you sprayed us, you screamed, didn't you?
No.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
No, I'm pretty sure you did. Not quite so tough when you're scared, huh?
Shut up. We've got stuff to do. Get going. Move!
Aye! I'm sorry I couldn't fake one there. Oh boy. And there's the yellow door, or white door. It's not yellow, white. This.
It looks like another warehouse.
I guess there's one on this floor too. Then makes sense. I guess as much when I saw the map. Wrong map. That's the right map. What's that over there?
Probably more graffiti. There was one on floor A too, remember?
Yeah, there was.
Never mind that. There's someone else here.
Is that
Looks
Dio?
like it. Let's go see what he's up to.
That means, yeah, Demioji and Clover are going to be opponents to the next round. What are you doing here, Dio?
Oh, nothing. Just going with the flow, you know? Seeing where life takes me.
You don't seem to have any interest in searching for Quark.
Why would I? Do you even know he's really missing? Maybe the little shit's just off having nap time somewhere.
Could be.
So I figure, a sleeping dog's lie, right? Kids, in this case, I guess. If we wake him up, he might realize he's got enough PP to blow this popsicle stand and ditch us.
He could. That's for sure. It's only been that long. Huh, okay.
It's all over. We'll be stuck in here for the rest of our lives. Which probably won't be that.
The rest of our
I
lives.
stuttered, but you just forget. Zero Junior told us, remember?
The number 9 were only always once. What's that obvious?
Close for good, huh? I had to admit, I kind of forgotten that detail. But if Zero Jr. had been telling the truth, we wouldn't be able to get out until we died. Hell, even that might not be enough. Maybe they just leave our corpses there to rot. My stomach did a flip.
So, what are you guys here for? Did you bring 5 years so I can kill her?
What?
Oh, really? You already forgotten your little stunt earlier? We're damn lucky Kate chose an ally. If he hadn't, he'd be hanging from that crane right now.
Sounds like you're getting a little desperate. Word of advice, Dio. That's not a smart attitude to have here. All you'll do is make sure that whoever plays against you in the AB game won't pick ally.
That's true.
You talk as if I give a fuck.
You very much should, because you don't get any points unless your opponent allies. Period. Because you either get nothing or you lose points.
I already know I won't be up against you two.
Why not?
Kay and I are the yellow pair. You guys are the magenta pair, right? 2 pairs can't go through the same chromatic door. Simple enough for you.
How do you know our colors?
Kay told me. He was here a while ago. Speaking
Ah.
of which, Demioji and Clover were here too. Guess everybody misses my company. Anyway, that's how I know what everyone's colors are.
Was Kay by
Yeah.
himself?
What about Luna?
Luna, I haven't seen her.
No Luna, eh? I see.
Anyway, Kay and I will be pairing with you two. We'll be taking the blues solo.
That's Alice's bracelet. But how did you know that?
Come on. Really that big? Look at the doors in front of you. These are the next chromatic doors.
So the next color is white?
Bingo. See that thing next to the door there? Yes. Yes, it does.
I get it. You and Kay are both yellow. You can get yellow by adding red and green together. If you add blue to that,
it becomes white.
Exactly.
You get magenta by adding red and blue together, then by adding green that gives you white. So that means Fi and I would need to pair up with the green solo, which is Luna.
Right.
That means the other three would be in the same team as before. Timioji, Clover, and Quark. Who knows what Timioji... We know that Timioji is a red solo, Clover is a cyan pair,
The only one
so...
left is the other cyan pair. So we can assume that's what Quark is.
Could there be any other combinations?
No, there's only one option this time.
All we gotta do now is wait for these white doors to open.
We've only got 5 minutes left before it's time to meet up with everyone else. We should get back to floor A.
Sorry, but I'm gonna stay here. I've been around so much as a pain in the ass.
Nobody invited you. Come on, Fi.
Right.
On my way.
Beep, beep. And back up the elevator we go. Showing us that the elevator is in fact opening for no apparent reason. So that seems like a fun thing to constantly be showing us, right? Oh boy. Floor A, to the lounge. Something's happening in the lounge. Huh? Something up? Why'd you just stop?
See that clock over there? The one that looks like the sun? It
Yeah?
reminded me of something we saw earlier.
What do you mean?
Remember the graffiti on floor B? You remember what it said?
Memento Mori, right?
Do you know what that means?
Remember death. It is Latin for something like beware of death or remember death. I think it's usually used to mean we're all going to die someday, so don't forget about your own mortality.
What about the other part?
Well, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, right? If the 9th lion ate the sun. I mean, yeah, it's kind of nonsense, but... It's a condition. It's a conditional statement. Oh, I get it. That's what the clock made you think of, right? The sun in the sentence.
Did you notice anything strange about that graffiti?
Well, when I first played through it, no, I didn't actually. Apart from the fact that it made no sense, not really.
Wrong answer. Maybe you're not the eagle eye I thought you were. I guess I have to do everything. Part of it was spelled wrong. Specifically, they spelled ninth wrong. It should be N-I-N-T-H. But the graffiti had N-I-N-E-T-H.
Oh. Yeah, I guess you're right. They just put an extra E in there.
Exactly.
That's kind of a bonehead mistake. Do you think it was like a kid who wrote it?
Maybe it wasn't a mistake at all.
I'm not
Maybe
following.
Zero put that E in there on purpose.
But why?
Maybe because he didn't have enough letters otherwise.
What? Anagram. Anagram, Sigma.
Anyway, if Zero wrote that graffiti, then it's got to be significant.
Remember death. As if the 9th lion ate the sun. Huh.
Shit. Hey, It's already 2 minutes past time. We should get moving.
Right. And off we go. Back to the Floor A warehouse. Huh. Kay and Luna aren't here.
Astute observation.
What should
What
we
do you
do?
mean, what should we do? All we can do is wait. We don't want to end up missing each other by accident.
Yeah, guess you've got a point. Hey, where are you
I
going?
just want to check something really quick.
Check what?
The last time we saw Alice alive, she was right here. Remember? She was kneeling down, looking at something on the ground.
Yeah. What do you think she was looking at? Huh.
Find something?
Isn't this blood?
Uh-huh. Nice work there, Sigma.
I don't need you to pat me on the back. It makes me feel stupid or
The
something.
truth hurts. So, blood, huh? Oh my god.
If I suddenly looked up at the ceiling, I followed her gaze and find myself looking at a metal crane. It was the kind of thing you might see in a shipyard, the sort that moves along a metal track. Like, it has a crew. It has a claw to grab and lift cargo containers. So what's the deal with the crane? What? Damn, gone again. Stop running around. Just tell me what you
I
found.
noticed something.
Oh yeah? And what, pray tell, was
The
that?
same thing Clover and Alice noticed.
That's... can't you just tell me?
Look at the number 6 AB room. The side that's facing the wall has blood on it. It's the first thing you think of when you hear blood.
Vampires?
Yeah, this whole thing kind of sucks, right? Come on! This is no time to be screwing around. I'm talking about this thing. The handkerchief Alice had. There's some blood on it we assume belonged to the old lady.
Yeah?
Consider this for a minute. Let's say this thing was on the floor next to the rightmost AB room. We'll assume that the blood on the side facing the wall came from this handkerchief. Okay, then what?
Alice was looking at the handkerchief.
Right. What do you think was going through her mind?
Why is there a blood-stained handkerchief here? Or something along those lines?
And?
Did this belong to the old woman? It must have. But if it did, then who put it here? Or wait, maybe someone just dropped it, or they could have thrown it here.
And?
You want more?
Almost there.
How long has this handkerchief been here? Something like that?
Yes, exactly. So how long do you think it was here?
Well, I imagine it wasn't here from the start.
When's the start?
You know, when we started, when you and I escaped from the AB room through the hatch on the roof, the first thing we did after we got... The first thing we did after we got out and met everyone except Clover and Kay was go look at the number 9 door. We spent a lot of time examining the AB rooms too. Yeah, I know we looked at this from this exact angle. I'm pretty sure there wasn't any handkerchief there then. And there wasn't... Wait.
Huh. Finally figured it out, huh?
Well, there's a missing... the AB room must have moved. No way. The AB room moved?
Yeah,
Was it that crane?
probably. They moved the rightmost one all the way to the left. So, what was in the leftmost AB room?
The body of the old woman.
And who was trapped in there when the notary game started?
Well, it would have to be the AB room on the right at first, so Luna. There's our room, right here. This is the room we escaped from. For the third time, Fi walked off without saying anything. My body felt like lead, but I forced myself to follow her. She stopped in front of the graffiti that began, "Two Milkmen."
What do you think this is?
Well, I thought it was paint from the graffiti at first, but I'm guessing you don't think so. Is that more of the old woman's blood?
Seems like it.
So Luna would have killed her here and then taken her to the rightmost AB room. After that, she would have moved the room with the body in it so that no one would suspect her. That would mean the first person to get out was Luna, not Alice. So what about the handkerchief?
This thing? Here, look. You see this line? It's possible that line is from whatever the weapon was. Which means this might have been wrapped around whatever was used to kill the old woman.
Probably. It looks like a knife. At least a knife blade.
So maybe Luna wrapped the weapon with this handkerchief, and then threw it between the rightmost room and the one next to it. Then when the rose was moved, it came out.
That means Alice picked up the weapon along with the handkerchief.
Seems pretty likely. This is all just speculation, understand? There are a whole lot of things we still don't know.
Yep. Yeah, it's a mystery, alright. For example, why would Luna leave the AB room, murder the old woman, then carry the body back and hide it in the same room? I guess it's possible she just wanted to hide the body, but we still don't have any idea why she would have wanted to kill her in the first place. It's also worth noting that Zero Jr. seems to have let all this slide. He's supposed to be making sure the game goes according to plan, but so far there have been two murders and he hasn't done anything about either of them. Do you think that means Luna is Zero Sr.? Even if she was, though, I'm not sure why she would kill the old woman. It's possible that she had some kind of intruder who wasn't supposed to be here, but if Luna is Zero Sr., couldn't she have found a better place to hide the body? She'd have access to the entire facility. That's not all either. Let's say Luna moved the AB room to divert suspicion away from herself. If that's the case, why did she leave the handkerchief and the weapon there? She had to have known that they'd be discovered after she moved the room. Besides, when and how did she operate the crane? Luna was with us since we first got out of the AB room, all the way until we found the old lady's body. You, me, and her went through the magenta door and investigated the lounge. Then we went down to 4B together and came back to the warehouse. By then, the room must have been moved. Of course! Ha! Why didn't I think of that sooner? Luna has an alibi. She couldn't have moved the AV room. Where her alibi?
Interesting. I have to admit, you've got a point.
Wait, what? You didn't even put up a fight?
You're going to make me repeat myself. I never said Luna was the killer. Still, I have a feeling Alice thought she was, which would mean that Clover probably does too.
Oh, you mean that stuff she said about what she
Right.
noticed? Hey, Fi. I'm starting to get a really bad feeling about this. We were supposed to meet the others 20 minutes ago, but no one's here.
You're right.
Oh, hello.
Sigma. Phi.
What? What is it,
Here
K?
you are.
K?
I'm sorry. I have some bad news.
What?
Luna. Luna is dead. She's in room 2 in the crew quarters.
What?
The same room where Alice was murdered.
Oh boy. This was the third time I touched a body and felt cold skin. I thought it might get easier, but it only got worse. I didn't think I'd ever get used to it, but I didn't want to. My hands began to shake, and I tried to steady them. As I pressed a pair of fingers to her neck to check for a pulse. Nothing, of course. Luna was dead. Her eyes were flat and empty, the pupils dilated in what could have been terror. It felt surreal, like I might blink and then she would show up again. She would smile and blush and look away nervously, and everything would be alright. I blinked. She laid there, still, dead and pale.
And I trust him.
There's also a gun down here. God, I'm just tired. Why am I so tired? Grief cracked open like an egg, and rage clambered out, hot and angry and screaming. It clawed at the inside of my chest and pounded at the back of my eyes. I squeezed them shut and ground my teeth. My hands balled into fists so tight they hurt. I took a deep breath and opened my eyes again. Another breath. I stood up and realized Kay was talking.
I believe she was poisoned. See here. This device is some sort of syringe.
I think it's called an injection gun. You can just put whatever you want in one of those vials and then pull the trigger. It's kind of like the needles in these bracelets.
The drug they used is the same as well. The label on the vial says tubocuramine.
The muscle relaxant.
Yes. Since it's empty, I can only assume Luna was injected with it. You see the mark on her neck? I believe it is safe to assume that is where her attacker injected the drug. Perhaps they chose the neck for the carotid artery.
Then your guess is probably correct. Luna was injected with tubocurarine and it killed her.
What about the others?
Should I go get them?
No, never mind. I wanted to get your story first.
What do you mean?
When you left us, you and Luna went off together,
Yes.
right? Well, when we talked to Dio downstairs, he said only he'd seen you, not Luna. Why is that?
Luna and I split up as soon as we got to floor B. We determined that it would be more efficient. Two of us working separately could cover more ground in less time.
Alright, so why were you late?
What?
You didn't show up till 20 minutes past the time we were supposed to meet. Sigma's asking you what you were doing.
I was resuscitated.
Resuscitated.
Let me explain how I found her. I had gone to the warehouse 5 minutes before our meeting time. You had yet to show up, as had Luna. I believe I was standing between the yellow and cyan doors. Some minutes later, I heard something. It came from behind the cyan door and sounded like a woman's scream. Well, it was actually quite faint. It was several doors away, after all, and as such, I couldn't quite make out what was being said. Or even if I had heard it at all, it seemed entirely possible that I'd imagined it. I heard no other sounds for a few minutes following the scream. Eventually, the silence made me uncomfortable. Perhaps something had happened, so I made my way to the crew quarters. As I entered the hallway, I noticed that the door to room 2 was... That was when I first suspected something was amiss. You can imagine the rest, I'm sure. I ran into the room and found Luna on the floor.
So you're saying you spent a good 20 minutes trying to resuscitate her?
Yes, I deduced that she had been injected with tubocurarine. Her heart had stopped, so I attempted CPR, to the best of my abilities, at least. With this mask, I was obviously unable to provide artificial respiration.
Why didn't you tell us?
Because I had no reason to believe you would be in the warehouse. If you weren't, I would have wasted precious time. I chose instead to begin resuscitation immediately. As you know, even a short time without oxygen can cause serious brain damage.
Yep.
I felt time was of the essence, but...
Hey, how much time passed between when you heard the scream and when you came in here and found her?
I'm afraid I can't say exactly. But I would hazard a guess that it was around 3 minutes.
Did you see the killer?
No, I did not.
Then they had 3 minutes to escape. I just saw in the corner of my eye a giant flash.
That would have been plenty of time. When you leave this room, immediately to your left is a door that connects to the hallway.
Storm's some distance away right now.
I assume they left that way.
Is there any chance they hid in this room somewhere?
No, I examined the room thoroughly before I left to find you. May I say something?
What?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure if this has anything to do with Luna, but there was something I wanted to point out. Look at Alice. Do you notice anything?
What happened here?
The weapon.
Oh yeah, there's also a scalpel missing.
Indeed. The wound suggests a knife, but I doubt we'll know now.
Then did the killer
How
take
do I
it?
know?
Maybe they took it before Luna was
Why are
murdered.
you asking me?
If they had it, then why not use it to kill Luna?
Yeah, that would make sense.
What?
Sigma, if you were going to kill someone, which of these two methods would you use?
I want to kill
This is
anyone.
hypothetical,
I would choose the injection gun.
right? Most people would choose that. The more you can divorce yourself from the actual killing, the easier it is to kill someone. There's a big difference between stabbing someone and injecting them with poison.
So you're saying they took the knife before they killed her?
No, I don't know either way. They could have taken it afterwards. There's no way for us to know.
Could they have done that in the 3 minutes before Kay got
It's
here?
not impossible. 3 minutes is longer than you think. I was trying to say is that I don't know when they took the knife or whatever it was. We came here to get Alice's bracelet, and then Kay came by later. There was probably about a 30-minute window. Anyone could have taken it. They might not even have been the same person who killed Luna.
Maybe.
Or it could be. There really isn't any way to know. And if we don't know, we really shouldn't try and draw conclusions. That could color our reasoning, and that's not good. Conclusions without any evidence are useless. So just forget any conclusions you might have come up with. Save that brain space for something more useful.
Okay.
Well, I think that about covers it. We clear?
Yeah.
Good. Anyway, we should tell the others.
About Luna, you mean?
Yeah.
We should go to the white doors then. Dio should still be there. Hopefully Tenmyoji and Clover will be there as well.
Yeah, good point. Once it's time to open that door, I'm sure they'll show up. Kay nodded and picked up Luna's bracelet.
Please, take this with you.
He held it out to me. I stared down at the bracelet. It felt wrong to just take it. Like we were just using and abandoning
Is
her.
something the matter? You and Phi are the magenta pair. Without the green solo bracelet, you won't be able to open the secondary door.
I know. It's just...
Then,
He pressed the bracelet gently into my
if you
hand.
don't wish Luna's death to be meaningless, then you must survive, or do you intend to die without catching her killer?
Right, yes. I sighed and closed my hand around the cold metal.
Good. Shall we go?
Wait. Shit.
Did something happen?
No, well, not yet. We might be looking at a worst-case scenario.
Excuse me?
God, what the hell is wrong with me? How did I miss this? I'm sorry. This is my fault. It's just... there was so much going on I wasn't thinking.
What is it, goddammit? What did you miss?
Quark.
Quark? Oh shit. Tenmyoji is a red solo. Clover is a cyan pair. Quark's the other cyan pair. If he's not with them, they can't get through the secondary door.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear, this is bad. And if they haven't gotten in by the time the primary door shuts, they'll be penalized. If we haven't found Quark by then.
Time. How much time do we have left? Shh. Oh no.
Let's just go to the warehouse on floor B. Perhaps Quark has already been found.
I sure hope so. Let's move. And down we go. To floor B, and off to its warehouse. Hopefully we'll find everyone there. Hopefully Quark's been found too. And through the blue door, since that's the shortest pathway. Ugh. Open!
Chromatic doors have opened.
Ugh.
5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
You're late. What the fuck were you thinking? You trying to kill me?
What about Quark?
What?
Did they
How
find
the
Quark?
fuck would I know? I've been here. Look, forget about him. Where's Alice's bracelet? Which one of you has it?
What about Tenmyoji and Clover? Have they come back yet?
Around, asshole. asshole. What do you think? Hey, pay attention. The bracelet. Do you have Alice's bracelet? Hand it over.
Five pulled it out of her pocket. The face still shone with blue light. This had been Alice's bracelet. Fi's eyes never left Dio's as she carefully handed it to Kay.
Good. Let's go. Hey, what is this? What, you don't like this door? Fine, we can take a different one. As long as we're in the right group, it shouldn't matter which door we take.
That's not the issue.
Please tell me, what the fuck is the issue?
Being a human being, 3 of us still haven't arrived. If we leave them behind.
Come on! Now you're gonna grow a heart? If you stay here, you're gonna kill me!
But
3 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
Alright, fine. I'll be honest with you. Truth is, I've got a kid. I was told that if I didn't win this game,
that's...
you have to trust me. I swear, it's God's honest truth.
Damn, that's one hell of a lie.
Zero told me to keep it under. I figured I don't have a lot of choice, but I'll tell you more once we get inside. Please.
It's a lie. Don't listen to him. I wanted to scream. Dio was obviously lying, but it looked like Kay was buying it. Yeah, but he had to go in. I couldn't try to stop him. If I did, they'd both die.
You have to believe me, please. If you won't do it for me, do it for me if I lose. Please.
Kay turned to look at me and Fi. We both nodded silently back.
I understand. Let's go.
Really?
Yes. I have one condition, however.
A condition?
Yes. But it's not for you, Dio. Sigma. I want you and Fi to go into one of the doors as well. You and I cannot be the only survivors. I would have 2 of you join us. That is my condition.
Damn it.
What do you say? The decision is yours.
Man, these doors are staying open pretty long. No, I can't do that. You're asking me to leave 3 people to die.
You're fucking gonna get us killed. Is that what you want?
I can't just leave them behind. There's not much you can do, Sigma.
Me either. I agree with Sigma. Can't just ditch them. I'm staying.
Fi.
Fucking idiots.
1 minute remains.
I see. I suspected that would be your answer. You leave me with no choice then. My apologies.
Huh?
You have my sympathy. I wish there was another way.
Why?
Do you actually believe, Dio?
No, of course not. I only wish to save you. If I had not forced the issue, neither of you would have budged. Such is your character.
Kay, what are you
I
doing?
confess I am not entirely sure. I will think about it during the 10 seconds that remain. Goodbye.
Kay turned and left, quickly disappearing outside our door. Fi and I laid on the floor, moaning, curled around our aching stomachs.
1 0. Chromatic doors closing.
Now for the second white room. Not quite able to walk yet, Vi and I crawled out of the secondary door. The punch Kay had given me had been incredibly powerful, and my arms and legs still felt numb and tingly. Can you stand?
Yeah. Can we just sit here for a moment, though? My body's gonna be fine, but I think I need a little time to get my feelings sorted out.
I nodded, and we sat there in silence. No matter what I did, I couldn't get their faces out of my head. Timioji, Clover, Quark. I hoped they were alright somehow, but... Oh, there's three more. There's 3 more casualties. I wasn't sure how much time had passed before Five finally stood up.
We should go.
That was it. She turned and headed for the end of the hallway, feet dragging as if she were carrying something heavy. It was a moment or two before I followed. Wiedersehen, Donkov. Did you see the plaque on the door?
Yeah. It said security. The footage from the surveillance cameras might run through here.
Does that mean we'll be able to see what's going on in the rest of the facility?
I'm not sure. Right now, all the screens are dark. Even if we could activate them, I doubt Zero's just gonna let us watch whatever we want.
Yeah, I'm just worried about them. We don't know what happened to Kay and Dio either.
Well, let's see what we can do here.
Seek a way out. Welcome to theme 115, called Monitors. Welcome to our 14th room. It's been 14. 3 rooms left. 3 rooms left. That's insane. I just can't believe it. Okay, well, there we go. I have that open now. Oh boy. Okay, so let's go back and quickly deal with the safe. Don't know the safe code just yet. Let's push the button. And button's been pushed. Let's pick up the hourglasses. Red sand, yellow sand. We have a green chair, yellow chair, red chair. Oh, here we go. I believe we don't know what to do with these just yet. So let's punch the button again, even though I think I should have probably read what the buttons, the things on the floor say. Let's go over here. 9 switches. Huh. I don't remember there was a specific set you're supposed to do, so I'm just going to flip them all and see what happens. So yeah, the floor A warehouse, floor B warehouse, You have one of the 6 AB rooms. There you have the Golem Bay. So these are the rooms that that people had gained access to. You can see Golem Bay, Rec Room, Pantry, Crew Quarters, Room number 1, the Infirmary, as well as the Lounge. It's actually funny because if you look, this ending, these are the 3 rooms you'll go through if you go through the Lounge. So you get access to all of them. Pretty nice. No DORK, obviously, because they're in a new room. A password. I believe the password we want is if we go back up here and punch this. I clicked on the arrow if you were paying attention, game. You know what? Here. That way I actually get out. So archives, I'll quickly remove that. So for G, you have A, D, G, B. For yellow, you have S, G, D, Q, N, Y. For red, you have this huge one, which is T, M, J, Y, U, V, G, J. Sorry, I have to rewrite that one. So there's the yellow one. There's the green one. And here's the blue one. So let me see. We have SGQ, sorry, SGDQ, and Y. Did it work? It worked! Yay! Determine the value in seconds for each hourglass, then fill in the blank. If the value is a single-digit number, place a 0 before it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Three, 6, 9, 11. 13, 14, 15. Oh, and if that didn't work, I would have just doubled all the numbers and kept on doing it until it worked. And if it didn't work after doing it up to like maybe 6 times, 6 or 7, because that's how far I would have been able to go with the 15, I would have just stopped. What? What the heck is this? You will be. What you are, I was. What I am, you will be. I will be you as me. You was I, be, you will me. What? I will be you. Was me. You was I will be you me. What? So I was what you are, I was, is what I am, you will be. I was you, you will be me. I'm just counting on you. Oh, here we go. Let's punch in the password. This one's the green one, so it's ADGB. Is that the red one? No, green. Did I mistake in writing it? ADGB. Wait, did I hit the wrong key by accident? It's a very simple puzzle. I was you. Oh, right. Can't do much here. Have to click over here. Click on the center one. I was you. I forgot. I forgot about that part of the puzzle. Let's quickly deal with this password. TMJ YUV GJ. Check. That would mean that's not right. Got it. We got a new icon which we can press, and will be me. I was you, you will be me. Yet you've been able to move around and do everything else, Sigma. You really need to get your priorities checked. I believe what I can do is go to the memos and trash that, because passwords are not useless. Go over here, do this. Turn those three off. Right, can't do anything with that. I was you will be me. There we go. Ha! Just as I thought. Looks like you got it. And your safe password, huh? And there we go. It is now blue, and there's our blue password. So you have sun, star, star. We have sun, star, star as our yellow password. There we go. And now, to quickly go and check the other password. Security of sun, sun, moon. Sun, sun, moon. Alright, well, let's just quickly read through these files. We have archives, secrets. Floor B graffiti, yeah. Memento Mori, if the ninth lion ate the sun. It appears to have been written in some sort of weird paint. Memento Mori is a Latin phrase that translated roughly to remember death / mortality. Ninth clearly refers to ninth, but seems to have been spelled wrong, likely on purpose. Why? Perhaps it's an anagram like the words on the wall on the for a warehouse. If it is, what does this one mean? The hourglass displayed in the background is actually a 4-second timer. It doesn't have much practical use, except maybe for really impatient people. If you are at a restaurant waiting for your food to come out, for instance, hey, how long are you going to make me wait? I've already flipped this hourglass 100 times. Technically, 100 times would only be 400 seconds, which is 6 minutes and 40 seconds. But saying 100 times is much more dramatic, therefore much more likely to get a viral result from the waitstaff. These are some measures of how much of a gentleman you are. Somewhere deep in the United Kingdom is an organization that tracks all gentlemen, determines their caliber based off an ancient and Byzantine collection of rules and guidelines. Since every year during the spring, a representative of this organization conducts a cursory investigation of each member's behavior, or at least appears to, and then awards gentleman points based on what they saw. The following formula is used. Old ladies escorted across the street times top hats owned times puzzles solved times money given to gentleman tracking organization equals gentleman points. One of those seems to be a reference to Professor Layton. At least. A small survival knife. It has Myrmidon stamped into the flat of the blade. Blade width 150 millimeters. Blade width 30 millimeters. Blade thickness 3 millimeters. There's blood on it, but whose blood? Several of the hallways on the floor B use special locks indicated on the map by arrows. On the far side of each arrow is a lever. Pulling these levers will unlock the locks. Once this had been done, you can explore the entire area at your leisure. The law of cause and effect is specifically that a cause must precede every effect. At the quantum level, however, things aren't quite as immutable. The principle of quantum superposition holds that any physical system, such as an electron, exists at least partially in all its theoretical states or configurations, but when measured, gives a result corresponding to only one of them. A classical example of this is the double slit experiment, where light appears to behave as both a wave and a particle. One of the interesting implications of that, in a sense, you are influencing the past. By observing a system, you are defining the cause of an effect you witness this, and in a way altering the past. Normally I'd comment here that the quantum level is where shit gets real, but given the nature of this phenomenon, it seems like it would be more accurate to say that the quantum level is where shit gets unreal. Ronald Knox, a mysterious writer from the UK, published the following as his rules of writing mystery novels. The criminal must be mentioned early on. All supernatural or preternatural agencies are ruled out. No more than one secret room or passage. No hitherto undiscovered poisons may be used, nor any application which will need a long scientific explanation. No one with extrasensory perception or similar powers can appear. No accident must ever help the detective, nor must he ever have an unaccountable intuition which proves to be right. The detective must not commit the crime. The detective must declare any clues he may discover. The stupid friend of the detective, the Watson, must conceal nothing from the reader. Twin brothers and doubles generally must not appear unannounced. Got some card keys, which are stars, star keys, and the key. Oh, yeah, right. This is where we'll exiting. A lock for the door. It says lock. I'm gonna open it. Okay, you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Wait, I just realized something.
What's that?
When we were looking at the security footage earlier, we were just looking for live feeds. We were trying to figure out where the others are, what they were up to, if they were alive, and so on. But we totally forgot that security systems like this can do more than show you live footage.
They can show you recordings.
Are you following me?
Yeah. You're talking about stuff that's been recorded, right? Footage of the past. If they store that, we might be able to see
Yeah.
it.
Don't know how much luck we'll have, but it's worth a shot.
Definitely. What do we do?
Leave that to me.
You know how to use this thing?
Well, it was designed so that a human could operate it. That means there's a logic to how it's set up. A computer computes, a calculator calculates, and an automobile, everything's designed to do something.
Mobiles?
Once you know what, you can start guessing how. Once you start to figure out how to get it to do things, it's just a question of playing with it until it does the things you want it to.
Pretty much.
See?
Monitoring video data. Looks like this is it. Good work.
Knock it off. Makes it sound like you're better than me or something.
Yes, because you clearly don't do the same thing either. Wait. What the heck is this? Everything says no data.
Let's check the log. Damn it. This isn't good. Looks like like all the video data was removed before we got here.
By Zero?
That would be my guess. All it says here is administrator.
Damn. Well, that's a little frustrating. That footage could have told us a lot.
It might have given us what we need to figure out who the killer is, too. The camera in room 2 in the crew quarters would have recorded what happened to Alice and Luna, save for the old woman in the warehouse. And if there was a recording of us being carried into the AB rooms, we could have even figured out who Zero Senior is.
Hey, what's this?
Wanna open it?
Yeah.
It says Golem status.
That should be the system of logs of those robots. I told you about them in the pantry,
Yeah.
remember?
You mean the room full of robots on the other side of the green door?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Shoot. Everything here has been erased
Looks
too.
like it.
So there wasn't anything we can... Wait a
What
second.
is it?
There's the scroll bar. Try scrolling. I knew it! That's the very same one we had. That's the one we talked to in the Golem Bay. In the Golem Bay. I knew it. That golem we met is still functional.
What do you mean? I thought you told me Gollum, or whatever his name was, started spitting smoke and keeled over.
Yeah, but he said that his... what passes for a golem's brain, I guess, was in the main computer. Only his body was disabled. His brain is probably still functioning. Can we see his logs?
Already on it. Here you are.
Then, try the one that says cache. These file names all just seem like random characters. Whatever, just pick one and open it, I guess.
Sure. This is...
Yeah, that's what I thought. This is probably from right after Kay decked us. They also do quite an interesting job hiding Sigma. Let's just point that out right now. We tossed into the white door on the left in a minute. Where's Dio, by the way? Is he already in the room or what? Just watch. See? Oh my god. You can actually see it. Oh, that's gonna be funny. Sigma does look a bit old with those gray hairs.
interesting. This is the footage the Golem pulled from the main server. The original data was deleted, but it looks like the stuff he pulled is still here.
Exactly.
So, if we go back through these files...
Yeah, we might be able to figure out who the killer is. Maybe even who Zero Senior is.
Nice. Great work, Sigma.
Come on, I told you I don't need you kissing my ass. Besides, it's not like I really did anything. We started going through the rest of the files. The security footage showed K and Dio clearly passing through the white door on the far right.
Good. Looks like they're both fine.
That just leaves Tenmyoji, Clover, and Quark. I opened my mouth to continue, but then it happened. My vision suddenly blurred, and shaking my head did nothing to clear it. I staggered, my balance gone. What? Why is she talking like that? She sounded like someone's playing a tape over her voice all sped up. What's going on here? I can't understand what she's saying. Why is she moving so fast? It's like watching a video on fast forward. What the hell is... Wait, could this be me? Maybe my brain is slowing down somehow. So it just looks like everything is speeding up. Hey Sigma, what the heck is up with you? You look like there's a what's up with you? Look, there's a sofa over there. Why don't you go lie down for a bit? I still couldn't make out what she was saying, so I just nodded weakly. My eyes drifted shut as I tried to sort out what was happening to me. I woke up several minutes later. When I woke up, got my eyes, the first thing I saw was the ceiling of a security office. I sat up slowly, rubbing tenderly at my head. Vi, who had been sitting in front of one of the monitors, stood up and walked over as soon as she heard me move.
You okay?
Her voice sounded normal again, and she wasn't moving strangely either. Whatever had been happening, it seemed to have stopped. I let out a quiet sigh of relief. Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
You sure?
Yeah.
That's good.
Because she wasn't going to worry anyway.
You really looked like you lost it for a minute there.
Oh, well, I seem to have found it again. And this is the security office. Maybe they've got lost and found.
Your sanity's pretty easy to miss. I'm surprised anyone found it, let alone turned it in. Well, looks like I don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, I think I must just be getting tired. Kind of surprised it didn't catch up to me sooner.
I hope that's all it is. You haven't caught a disease or something, have you?
Yes, we have. For just a moment, I thought of Radical 6, which is exactly what we have. And now we get to experience it firsthand. But I didn't want to worry Vi if I didn't have to. Better to stay quiet about it.
Well, you're looking a lot better, so I can stop worrying, right?
What are you, my mom?
Fine. No more check-ins. Anyway, I figured something out while you were resting. Come have a look at this.
What is it?
Footage from room 2 in the crew quarters. The room where we found Alice and Luna. I dug it out of Gollum's cache.
When was this
See you in a
recorded? Up there at the right, it looks like some sort of time
Can you
code.
figure it out?
No, it's just a bunch of numbers. I can't make heads or tails
Yeah.
of it.
The central server seems to be using its own time system. Files appear to be named based on that system.
Making them useless as timestamps. How would I stop exactly twice right on the dot of a minute?
They might as well be random to you and me, which made it pretty hard to find this gem.
Huh? Oh, it's K.
Yeah.
Looks like... He looks at his bracelet here, probably checking how much time is left.
I'll just pause that and magnify it.
21 minutes. So that means this footage is from 21 minutes before the primary door is opened, right?
Exactly.
And that would have been the white doors in this case, right?
After Kay leaves this room, it's about 2 minutes before he comes back with you and me.
And then there's 20 minutes on the clock when we meet up with him, right? So that means we've been seeing... What we're seeing here is Kay 1 minute before he saw us. That means this is right after he tried to resuscitate Luna.
Yeah, if you believe him. The footage here doesn't show any of that.
Are there any other
I looked
angles?
around, but I couldn't find one. The only stuff left is shot from this position. Even so, I think we've gotten our hands on something important.
We do. You mean that this is a recording of what happened right around the time of Luna's death, right?
Exactly. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep going. I'll move back to the start of this file so we can see it in chronological order. Let's say this is 0 hours, 0 minutes. After all, it's not like we know what time it actually is.
True. Right.
So, this is the start of our footage.
There's no one here.
Yeah, about a minute goes by before anyone shows up.
Wait, how do you know it's been a
This.
minute? Oh, that's an hourglass we used earlier.
Yeah. If I play it back at normal speed, I can measure time using this hourglass. Then I just add the time from the hourglass, and that's how far in we are.
Huh. Oh, someone's coming in. Luna, is that Clover behind her?
Yeah. This is 0 hours, 1 minute. Right now you and I are talking to Dio in the Floor B warehouse. With the time frame we've established, calculating what we're doing is pretty easy.
What's going on? Are they fighting? No, not really a fight. It looks like Clover's just going off on Luna. Luna's just staying silent and listening to her.
Yeah.
Can we hear them? Is there an audio track?
Want to listen to it?
What the hell is
Don't
this?
know. The audio data must have been transcoded into something else.
Well, we won't be able to understand anything in that.
Seen enough? I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Clover's interrogation goes on for a while, but it's all pretty much the same thing. Now, at 0 hours, 10 minutes, things suddenly change. Here.
Hey, they're gone. As I watched Clover move steadily closer to Luna, who had backed away as she was frightened. Clover continued her advance until she disappeared below the edge of the screen. Is there another? No. I know you said this was it.
Yeah, this is the only one that I found. Shouldn't be too hard to guess what happened after you've seen the next part, though.
Clover left. She looked like she was kind of panicking.
Yeah, this is about 1 minute and 40 seconds after they both left the frame. So 0 hours, 11 minutes, 40 seconds.
Only Clover left. Luna's still in the room. That
Hold on,
means...
wait until you've seen the whole thing before you start deducing. At 0 hours, 12 minutes, another person comes in, just missing her.
Dio. He disappeared too, down below the bottom of the frame. What's he up
I don't
to?
know, but I'm pretty sure that whatever it was, he doesn't want us to know about it.
Why?
Remember what he said when you asked him about Quark?
How the fuck would I know? I've been here.
You're saying he was lying? He wasn't in the floor floor B warehouse the whole time. He went to the crew quarters after we left him.
Yeah, so what would have been important enough for him to lie about it? We should consider that it might have been something bad.
Whatever it was, it happened during this time.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, now he's left. And it looks like he left in a
I hear a
hurry.
noise.
Like
The
what?
cyan door opening. Now, 10 seconds after Dio leaves, a fourth person shows up. That brings us to 0 hours, 13 minutes, 10 seconds.
And there's Kay. It's Kay. When he heard Kay opening the cyan door, he panicked. And whatever he was up to, he didn't want Kay to catch him at it.
And then Kay disappears too.
Yeah, below the bottom of the frame, just like the others.
If Kay was telling the truth, this is where he begins to try and resuscitate Luna. Anyway, nothing happens for the next 16. It's just this.
Next 16 minutes.
So I'll fast forward, alright?
Sure.
Alright. Should be around here. 1 sec. Okay. You should see something you recognize in a minute here.
So we've been out for like half an hour. There's Kay coming in from the bottom of the frame, and he's checking the time on his bracelet. So we've come full circle,
Yeah.
huh?
We're back to 21 minutes before the primary doors open. For our arbitrary time code, that's 0 hours and 29 minutes. 1 minute later, at 0 hours 30 minutes, Kay heads to the floor A warehouse.
Once he gets there, he tells us about Luna's death.
That's all the footage I want to show you. I've looked at it carefully, and I think it has something to tell us.
You mean who killed Luna, right?
Well, I can't say for sure. This footage makes for pretty shaky evidence, but it does suggest a very likely culprit.
That would be Clover.
Who do you think it is?
Ran over the footage in my head. Clover and Luna entered the room. 9 minutes, Clover aggressively questioned Luna. 10, they moved out of frame. 11:40, Clover exited the room. 12 minutes, Dio entered. Dio almost immediately exits the frame. It seems likely that Dio was up to no good during this period. 13 minutes, Dio exits. 13:10, Kay enters the room. Kay also disappears from the camera's field of view. At this point, there's 16 minutes of nothing happening. 29 minutes, Kay enters the frame, looks at his bracelet. It says 21, the time remaining until the primary doors open. There seems to be only one conclusion. The person who killed Luna is Clover.
What makes you think so? Luna could still have been alive after Clover left the room. Dio and Kay both went into the room after Clover. Either of them could have killed Luna too.
The footage alone isn't enough to tell us who the killer is. But if we take one other thing into account, then the case against Clover gets a lot stronger.
And what is that element?
Dio's behavior at the white door. Kay wanted us to enter the white doors. I told him I wouldn't leave 3 people to die. Do you remember what Dio said?
Use your fucking head for once. You're gonna get us killed.
He obviously knew that only you and I were going to go through the door. Do you get it?
Yeah. He knew he had Luna's bracelet, which means he also knew Luna was dead. Is that what you're getting at?
Exactly. If he didn't know she was dead, he would have never said that. The moment Kay suggested we go through the doors, he would have brought it up. That's impossible. How are they supposed to get through without Luna? But he didn't even mention her. It's like he didn't expect her to be there. Why would he do that? I can only think of two reasons. One, the deal went into the room. Luna was already dead. That when Dio entered the room, that Luna was already dead. Or two, he killed Luna himself. The second one doesn't seem likely, though. If Dio had killed Luna, he probably would have made a point to hide that. I'm guessing he probably would have asked where she was. Where's Luna? Sigma and Phi won't be able to go through the white doors without her. He seemed like the kind of guy who'd go out of his way to feign ignorance of a crime he committed. In that case, though, he said nothing. That doesn't clear him, of course, but it does make it a lot less likely he was the killer. Or if he wasn't the killer, then we're left with only one other option.
When Dio entered the room, Luna was already dead.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
Interesting. That's pretty much what I thought too. And it does seem like Clover had a motive.
You mean what Alice noticed?
Yes. The movement of the AB rooms convinced Alice that Luna had killed the old woman. Once Clover realized that, she probably started to think that Luna had killed Alice to keep her from telling anyone else the truth.
Possible.
She probably led Luna to the crew quarters to confront her. Maybe she hoped seeing Alice's corpse would cause Luna to confess. Maybe she knew something we don't. But Clover didn't get what she wanted. Luna didn't confess. Then, during her interrogation, something happened. It's hard to say if Luna might have said something that set Clover off, or maybe she admitted to a crime she didn't commit just to get Clover to stop. Whatever it was, something happened that drove Clover to murder.
Mm-hmm. When did Clover get the injection gun?
I would guess after she went through the yellow door, she would have been exploring the infirmary with Alice and Kay. That seems the most likely place to find it.
True.
Anyway, this is all just a theory, right? We don't have any proof, so keep it quiet, okay?
Yeah, I know. Oh, there's one last thing. Was there any footage that showed anything?
No, nothing to tell us where Clover, Tenmyoji, and Quark went, and nothing about the old woman or Alice's murders either.
So Zero Senior's identity.
Still unknown.
Okay, well, let's go find Clover. I guess we're not gonna know the truth unless we get it straight from the horse's mouth.
I wonder if Clover's even alive.
It's a pretty good chance they're not, since we didn't see them in the warehouse. She is. She has to be.
I sure hope so.
And off to floor A we go. Warehouse A. We're in this warehouse. Okay. No one's here.
Yeah. Alright, let's start looking. We'll go through the crew quarters and work our way toward the elevator. Got it?
Yeah.
You search rooms 1 and 2. I'll take 3 and 4.
Got it. Room 2. Alice. Luna. The most horrible thing about death is how it turns a person into a thing. It's a thing that looks like your friend, but it's not them anymore. It's just strange, just this strange cold shell, and every time you look at it, you feel a little of that coldness creeping, being in around the edges of your soul. Seeing death puts a heavy ball of lead in your stomach that just sits there poisoning you. I turned and left the room.
No good. There's no one in 3 or 4. What about yours?
Same. Nobody in them except Alice and Luna. The lead ball pressed against the inside of my abdomen. I leaned back against the wall and let out a long, weary sigh.
What's wrong? You need to get it together. What are we doing right now?
Goodness, Vi, can you please back off? Looking for the others.
Right. I know how you feel, but sitting around being miserable isn't going to help anybody. Let's go.
Yeah, you're right. Vi turned and headed for a door at the far end. I heaved myself up off the wall and followed. The infirmary. What? The first thing I felt was a strange cold sweat of terror. My stomach clenched in protest, pushing a wave of bile and nausea up into my throat. The lead ball turned to ice, and my legs began to tremble under its weight before finally giving way and collapsing. They were dead. I could feel it the moment I looked at them, but I didn't want to believe it. They couldn't be dead. Perhaps they were just sleeping. The cold, limp feeling of their skin under my shaking fingers dashed any hopes I had left. I wrapped a trembling hand around the end of the bed and hauled myself up onto it. Even when I closed my eyes, I could still see them. My heart hammered away at my ribs, and my chest felt so tight I could barely breathe. I forced myself to take a long, deep breath. Finally, I opened my eyes.
They were in a blind spot.
What?
The security camera. Remember how we didn't see anything in the real-time feed in the security room?
Yeah. I guess the partition was in the way.
Yeah.
They're handcuffed together.
Yeah, whoever did this really didn't want them going anywhere. The chain's been looped around the pipe below the sink.
They would have been trapped here when the doors closed. Why?
Look, see the red marks on their wrists? They were trying to get the handcuffs off.
So you're saying it wasn't one of them that did this?
Probably not.
There's a cut on Tenmyoji's left hand. It looks like it's probably from a knife or something similar. Must have been deep.
And the blood on his clothes probably came from that wound. Don't see any others, at least. If this was the only one, it doesn't look fatal. I don't think he died from this cut.
The penalty. When the primary doors closed, they couldn't get to them. The needles in the bracelets activated in.
Yeah. You can see the marks on their wrists from where they were injected. The tubercularine must have killed them.
Do you think that's why they were handcuffed to the sink?
They wouldn't have been able to get through the white doors without Quark. Someone wanted to use the penalty to kill them. They didn't need to tie them up.
Yeah, you've got a point. What's wrong?
I take back what I just said.
You find something?
Yeah.
I bent down and picked up something and handed it to me. A cyan bracelet. This was Quark's.
Correct. It has 9 BP too. There's no mistake.
What is Quark's bracelet doing here? Wait, no, hold on. If Quark's bracelet is here, then that means...
Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off.
No. No. This can't be happening. Not Quark.
Hey, Sigma, calm down. Just because his bracelet's off doesn't mean Quark's dead.
But...
In fact, this could be good news. A ray of hope.
Ray of hope?
Yeah. If Quark still had his bracelet on, then he would have ended up like Tenmyoji and Clover. But he's not wearing it. That means he might have managed to avoid getting injected with tubercularine.
You mean the bracelet came off before the doors closed?
Yeah.
That's impossible. Zero Jr. told us that they only come off when your heart stops or when you escape.
Maybe he got out then.
Right, he's got 9 BP. Wait, so you're saying he escaped, then came back, left his bracelet here? No, that's impossible too. Zero Jr. said the number 9 door only opens once. Even if he was able to get outside, he couldn't come back in.
Why do you have to be so pessimistic? Have you actually seen Quark dead, huh? You need to think positive, Sigma.
Says you.
Reality is what you believe it to be.
Not true. Not true. Really? So you're saying this is what we wanted to happen?
That's enough! Quark is definitely alive.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm just saying that there's these 2 dead bodies right here. Here.
He has to be. He has to be. I refuse to believe he isn't. Can't let an innocent kid like that get killed.
Fi, you're going crazy. I wanted to ask if she meant Clover and Tenmyoji were innocent and had deserved to die, but I swallowed my words. Yeah, no, those wouldn't have been the best choice there. That's a good choice. Don't say those words. Fighting wasn't going to help us. All I could do was hope that Fi was right. Perhaps Quark was still alive. What are you doing?
Examining their bodies. Tenmyoji first.
Why?
Clues.
What kind of clues?
Who might have killed them? Finding Quark's bracelet tells us something. If the killer saw it, that would make for an obvious motive.
With Quark's bracelet, Clover and Tenmyoji would have been able to go through the white doors. Whereas the killer handcuffed them to the sink to prevent that.
Right. That's my guess, at least. That's odd.
What's wrong?
I can't find anything.
Huh?
I should have found something.
Oh, and here's the fun little thing. After the Golem Bay, we're going to be seeing a lot of Fi. Just to let you know. The last 3 rooms, the rooms we just finished, the monitor room, as well as the 2 other rooms that we have yet to do. Where is it? This room right here and this room right here have Phi in them. And these are the only second. So these 2 doors right here. Except that one, which we've already done. These 2 doors are the. So this is the only door. This is the only secondary door that has Phi team up with you. And Phi is one of 1, 2, 3, 4 characters where you actually play with them throughout, not including Sigma himself, because that's cheating. The other characters being Yuna, excuse me, and Alice. So those are your other 3, yeah? And it's funny, because, so, in case you're wondering, we are going to Luna's ending right now. So this is Luna's ending. Here, you ally yourself with Luna, and her ending is this ending. Here, you have Tenmyoji, whose ending is all the way over here. And over here is Alice, and her ending is right here. So the person you pair up at first, they are the leftmost branch off of the initial door. Just a fun little thing. What?
You remember when we ran into Tenmyoji in the rec room? He sprayed our wrists with luminol. I'm sure I saw him pull the spray bottle out of his pocket.
And now you can't find it? Do you think the killer took it?
I don't know. I'm gonna take a look at Clover, too. Give me a minute.
Phi knelt down next to Clover as she spoke and began to gingerly examine her corpse. Then, after a moment, I saw her hands stop.
Look. See her thigh? Doesn't it look like there's something written there?
Yeah, it does.
Sorry, I'll have to move your leg a little bit.
016. It's written in blood. It must be Tenmyoji's.
It says 016.
What does that mean?
Hang on. I feel like I've seen that somewhere. 016. 016. I know I've seen it somewhere.
Probably in the giant list of Golem number. The giant Golem list.
It's no use. Can't remember.
Don't get my hopes up like that.
Anyway, these numbers have to have something to do with the killer. She must have written them after she got hit with a Soparil. There would have been a few minutes before she went all the way under when she could have done something. I think she probably used those last minutes to tell the rest of us who killed her.
016, huh? Maybe Maybe, but the only people who could have done it are Kay and Dio, assuming it wasn't one of us, I mean.
There's also Quark. I mean, I'm not saying he did it.
Oh, Christ. Come on. That was a loud thunder that just happened. Damn it. This is hopeless. Can't keep up anymore. Everything here is a goddamn mystery. Like, what about the old woman we found? Who killed her? The movement of the AB room makes Luna seem the most suspicious. But when would she have done it? And we don't have a good explanation for why she would have wrapped the knife in the handkerchief. Of course, now Luna's dead too. So who could have killed her? The footage from the security camera paired with Dio's behavior makes Clover seem the most likely suspect. But now we'll never know for sure. Alice's killer is a complete mystery. We don't know what the hell 016 is supposed to mean. We don't have any ideas where Quark's gone. What the hell does any of this mean? Who killed everyone? Was it Zero? Zero Senior? And who is Zero Senior? What the hell does he want? Why does this game even exist? And why did they kidnap us and bring us here? While we're at it, where is this? When is this? Mysteries, mysteries, mysteries. I feel like my head's about to explode. Please, Phi, give me something, anything, a clue, a hint. Come on, you've got to have something.
The luminol.
Huh?
I think there's a very good chance someone took the spray bottle out of Tenmyoji's pocket.
Okay, but how is that important?
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you think they took it?
So they could test for blood?
What would they need to do in order to do that?
They just need to spray the bottle at whatever they want to test.
That's it?
No, wait, you're right. Luminol reacts with organic compounds and glows, but the glow is really faint. So you need to make it dark. You have to turn off the lights in order to see if anything's glowing.
And that would mean?
That would mean they're in the rec room. The rec room! Phi and I raced for the door. We weren't sure what we'd find, but we knew where we were going. I had a feeling deep in my gut that whatever we found would be the breakthrough I've been looking for. Ding, 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 ding. And off to the rec room. Rec room. Where's the axe? What? everything in my head grounded to a halt, even after all I'd seen. A room full of corpses had a profound effect. Welcome to the bloodiest ending. It was such a ridiculous thought that before I could stop myself, I laughed. That laugh made me think. Was laughter in this situation a defensive response designed to protect the brain from constant emotional bombardment? They say that right before an animal dies, it feels a moment of comfort. Right before death, the brain releases a huge amount of endorphins into the bloodstream. Pain is only a warning signal meant to help the body avoid death. But when death becomes a certainty, pain no longer has any use. In fact, the loss of pain can lead to incredible feats on the edge of death. Let's say that two species of animal come under attack from some overwhelming force. All of them are severely wounded and near death. Species A feels pain, but Species B doesn't. The horrible pain felt by Species A prevents them from moving, but because they feel no pain, some of Species B will manage to drag their wounded bodies to safety and survive. As a result, Species A is eliminated, and only Species B managed to survive. In the process of natural selection, this process of natural selection has been repeated for thousands, no, millions of years. All creatures can walk the face of the earth are descended from Species B. I'm no exception. That's why I could look at a room full of corpses and laugh. The genes I've been given by a million years of evolution have changed my fears into ecstasy. I guess this means you and I are the only survivors.
Don't make me keep saying it. Quark's still out there
Yeah, you're right. He is still out there. So that would mean he killed them? I mean, you said yourself that there's no way there was a 10th uninvited player out there when Alice was killed. We've also reviewed the possibility of Zero Senior being the 10th person. There's no 10th person. The only people alive are you, me, and Quark. That means...
Being ridiculous. Look at their bodies. There's an axe buried in Kay's back, and the spear has been thrust all the way through Dio's stomach. Do you really think a child Quark's size could do that?
Alright then. Are you saying you killed them?
Are you insane? And just when would I have done that? I've been with you this whole time.
She was right. After the end of the second round of the AB game, Vi and I haven't been out of each other's sights. We'd gone through the white doors, explored the security office, solved puzzles, all of it together. No, wait, there had been one time where I wasn't watching. A few minutes in the security office when I rested on the couch. Could she have snuck out then? The rec room and the security office weren't that far away from one another. If the round trip took about a minute and she'd killed them in 4, then the whole thing would have only taken her 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 5 minutes, huh? Just how long had I been out? No, that wasn't really right. I hadn't really been out. I just felt like everything was being fast-forwarded, probably because my mental processes speed had dropped. But how long had I been like that? That I might have only felt like a few seconds to me, but it could have been much longer. And where did something like mental processing speed drop come from? Hey, what you doing there, Fi?
Checking their bodies like before. decided to start with Dio.
Find anything?
Yeah. 2 things, actually.
Oh,
Take a look at this.
a knife.
Yeah.
There's something engraved on the blade too. Myrmidons. Is that the name of the
Dunno.
manufacturer?
It's not a name I've ever heard of before. But look at the handle. You've seen it before, right?
This is the knife that was stabbed into Alice's chest.
Right. From the looks of it, I guess the blade is about 15 centimeters long. I'd say it's probably about 3 centimeters tall and 3 millimeters wide.
I think I've heard those numbers
Like
before.
wound cavity, 150 millimeters.
Yeah, that's it. When Luna scanned the old woman's body, there were those were the numbers it gave us for the wound.
Right. Well, wound cavity would be the depth of the wound. Wound length would be how long it is from top to bottom. And wound width would be how wide the flat end of the wound is. In other words,
Those numbers describe the size and shape of the wound, right? So if they match, then that means the knife was used to kill the old woman.
Well, I was just eyeballing those measurements, so we can't be sure.
Still, why does Dio have
Must
it?
have gotten it from Alice.
I know that. What I mean is, why did he take it? Did he want to destroy the evidence? Maybe he was the one who killed Alice.
That would match up with what we saw.
No, wait. Hold on a second. I'm getting confused here. Alice would have had the knife first, though, right? Would have the knife first. First, though, right? Would have it first, right? She picked it out when she found it wrapped in the handkerchief next to the AB room.
Right.
So Dio took it from her and stabbed her? If that's what happened, why didn't he take the knife then? Why did he leave it there for us to see? He then come back to get it later.
Well, we can look into that more later. First, I want you to have a look at something else.
What?
Do you remember what I said? I found 2 things. There was the knife and this.
Hey, this is that
What do you
key.
mean, that key?
We found it in the Golem Bay. Didn't have any idea what it was for then, though. But Alice said it might be important, so she hung on to it just in case.
So, Alice should have had this, right?
Yeah.
And now Dio's got it.
Yeah.
So when Dio took the knife, he also took Kay's key.
Wait. Kay's key?
Oh man. You couldn't figure it out from the shape?
What do you mean?
Get over here. Picture's worth 1,000 words. Let me show you.
She walked over Key's head, knelt down on one knee, and pointed to the back of it.
You remember this, right?
Oh yeah. So that's it. Come on, Sigma, catch up with the rest of us. It unlocks the suit, right?
Yeah. Let's give it a shot.
Before I had time to prepare myself, Vi shoved the key into the slot and twisted. but
It's no good. Can't get it open.
why not?
Maybe the suit is powered, and it needs to be on in order to open. But with this axe in here...
So you're saying it's short of the suit or something?
I think so. At any rate, can't get it perfectly. I don't have any doubts it's removing Kay's suit.
Do you think Dio knew that when he took it out?
I wonder...
So I guess we'll never know what his face really looks
Yeah.
like.
No way we get that mask off with our bare hands.
Nope. I wonder who he was.
Well, I still haven't checked him over. Let's have a look. Maybe we'll find something that'll tell us who he is.
She'd only been searching a few seconds before she stopped and pulled something out of Kay's
Look.
robes. What is it?
A spray bottle with luminol in it.
The luminol spray bottle. That's the one Tenmyoji had.
Yeah.
Then does that mean Kay was the one who handcuffed them to the
We don't
sink?
know yet. Kay
Why
might have
not?
taken the spray from Tenmyoji after he died. It's possible he made it through the white doors before we did, went to the infirmary and got this. Anyway, there's something I want to see. Turn off the lights.
Are you going to check for luminol reaction?
Yeah. If Kay used the spray before he died, we might still be able to see it.
There's blood. There's blood everywhere in here, though.
That's okay. If he didn't spray it, there won't be a reaction from any of it. Come on. Alright, do it.
Boop. Done.
Thanks. Just as I thought. Look, Dio's left wrist.
The underside of his bracelet is glowing,
Exactly.
but
Because
why?
there are traces of blood on it.
Whose
We've seen
blood?
5 people with serious bleeding. The old woman, Alice, Tenmyoji, and these 2 here. I'm disinclined to think this is Dio or Kay's blood, though. See? If you look, it's been wiped off. Except for the luminol, the bracelet looks clean. Why would someone wipe blood off a bracelet after being hit with an axe or stabbed with a spear, and then spray it with luminol? It doesn't make sense.
Then that leaves the old woman, Alice, and Tenmyoji.
Right.
Do you remember what Tenmyoji said to us in that this room?
Can I see the other side of your bracelets, please? Just do it.
Do you think Tenmyoji had figured out that one of the bracelets would have blood on it? And that's exactly what happened, based on Kay's ending.
That would have meant he was looking for either Alice's blood or the old woman's.
I wonder which it was.
No idea. But whatever the case, Tenmyoji seemed to think that whoever had this bracelet was Zero Senior.
Just relax, okay? That's all I needed to know. Neither one of you is Zero Senior.
What?
Are you saying that because there wasn't any reaction from the luminol?
Yeah.
Whoa, wait. Are you saying that Dio is Zero Senior?
I don't know. The only thing I can say for sure is that there's a possibility that Dio killed the other 6 victims.
Then who killed Dio?
Okay, perhaps after he was attacked, he used the last of his strength.
Another descendant of Species B. Nothing. Forget about it. Anyway, if Zero Senior was Dio,
All
then
of this would be over. This awful game would be over.
So then we're free?
An ambidex gate has been opened.
What?
45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
But... What? What the hell is happening? That's impossible. Quark! Quark opened a gate?
Whatever. We need to get back to the Floor A warehouse. Hurry!
I know, I'm coming. Ding, ding. Come on, guys, let's go, let's go. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Hurry. Something really weird is happening. Warehouse A. Damn it. There's no one here. Do they run off?
Why would they run away?
Hell if I know. How the hell did Quark open an AB gate anyway? Without a star key, he shouldn't have been able to get it open.
He must have taken one from DO or K before we got to the rec room. We know they went through a white door, remember? We saw the footage in the security office. That means they had a star key just like we did.
But you didn't find one when you searched them?
Right.
Well, maybe Quark's a suspect after all, then. You shouldn't write him off just because he's a kid. Maybe he knows how to use a lance or
That's
something.
impossible. You're being an idiot. It's much more likely he found the key card after they died.
Oh. Alright, let's
Any
go find
ideas
him.
where to look?
Nothing. How on earth would I know where he might be?
Well, there's one place I'd like to check out. Come on.
Do you know something I don't? We can always check out that other white door. And for some reason they decided not to show you tracing back to the Floor B warehouse. The room D.O. and K
Right.
investigated.
Aren't you curious?
Of course, besides Quark might be there.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move. Director's office. The door says director's office. We know, we've been in this room before. We've been in this room to get Dio's ending. Or not Dio's, Tenmyoji's.
Probably belongs to the director.
I hope it has one of those chairs. You know, the folding ones that say director on the back? I've always wanted to sit in one and say stuff like action or cut or double decaf chai soy latte now.
And that's what you think we'll find in there?
Yeah. Aren't you
Well,
excited?
there could be anything in there. So, no, not really.
Yeah, what if Zero Senior was in there waiting for
That
us?
would make things easy. We'd settle things right now and then get the hell out.
Well, funny thing is, Zero Senior is in fact in there. You're just not going to actually see him. Because we're not in Tenmyoji's ending. Right. Okay, I'm going to
You
open
don't need
it.
to keep asking me if...
And I walk into the room like, okay, fine, I get it, fine, I'll stop. Help. Huh.
There's no one here.
That computer's been turned on. We weren't actually able to use the computer last time we were here.
Yeah, maybe Dio and Kay did that.
What the hell is this?
A lion.
It is biting.
A sun?
It has a couple input fields for a user ID and a password.
Probably can't use it unless we know what those are.
Why don't you put something
Sure,
in?
I'll give it a shot. Yeah, just as I thought. Might as well forget about this thing for now. We can't get anywhere without a password. Let's see if we can find any other clues. This is the director's office after all. If we turn the place upside down, we're bound to find something. Shall we?
Vi turned and headed it off towards the bookshelf, leaving me alone next to the desk. I felt compelled to stay and found myself staring at the screen. Now here's where the game should have a lock, but it actually doesn't. So if you're really impatient, you could actually just look up the fields and just write it in. Way before you should. Because you should have both K and Sigma's ending before you even touch this one. And as you saw, Sigma should be one of the last endings you've gotten up to this point. Because in order to get Sigma's, you need Alice's. In order to get Alice's, you need the laboratory escape as well as Dio's. A lion biting the sun. A lion biting the sun. A lion biting the sun. Memento mori. If the ninth lion ate the sun, remember death. If the ninth lion ate the sun. Could this be the ninth lion? Then maybe. Memento mori. Remember death. Memento mori. Remember death. This is Kay's ending. Memento mori. Remember death. Memento mori. Remember. That's actually showing you two different endings intertwining with each other. K and Sigma's. Now, if you're wondering, here's where these two things come in. Also, by the way, I put this as reverse because this actually spells out I love climb. Just a funny little fact, I suppose. So that's what that's supposed to mean. That's I love climb backwards. So you have GTF DM L 016. And you have I love climb. So it's milk evoli. Milky evoli. Accepted. Fi, come over here.
What's wrong?
I got in.
What? How did you figure out the login?
I don't know. I just knew it.
What the hell do you mean you just knew it?
I just knew it means I just knew it. You gave me the same line when I asked you how you knew my name.
Why are you bringing that up? Doesn't have anything to do with this.
You sure? It might. It does. It very much does. But now we can get rid of this. I didn't want to get rid of one of the bomb passwords by accident. So I'd like to tab out as little as possible, if need be.
What? I don't...
Uh-huh. Okay. Look, just forget about that. Can we come take a look at this?
Fine. Just let me get right on that. Are you out of your damn mind? Tell me what the hell is going on here. Why do you know how to log into this computer?
Are you even listening to me? We continued to yell at each other for several more minutes. But no matter no matter what Fi asked me, I could never come up with an answer that satisfied her. Eventually, she seemed to just give up.
Fine.
She seemed to give up.
You still don't make any sense, but...
Neither do you, Fi.
I don't think you're lying.
Damn right I'm
And
not.
the AP game deadline isn't getting any further away. Alright, let's see what this thing has for us. Where are we supposed to start? Looks like there's tons of stuff in here. Oh, can you tell me the ID that you put in? I could try searching for that. Maybe we'll get a hit.
I gave her what she asked for. GTF. DML016. Her search returned several files. Oh, by the way, 016 right there. And after examining them for a moment, Fi opened one. Golem unit details. Are these product specifications for a golem?
Looks like it.
So was GTFDML016 a golem's ID?
Don't ask me. You seem to know more about all this than I do. Fine, whatever. Just read the file. Maybe let's see here.
What? What? Luna.
Yeah.
Why is there a picture of Luna in this file?
There's something written underneath it. It says, appearance after application of ABT.
ABT. Artificial biological tissue.
This special artificial biological tissue was called ABT. When a golem was all new and shiny, they got a nice suit of ABT over that metal skeleton. Makes it look like it does. Even things like real skin, with pores, a little bit of hair, a few pimples, scars and the like. Truth to tell, I doubt you even tell me if you're fake even if it was right in front of you. See, right in the middle.
And that's what he was referring to. He was referring to Luna right there. And then he got short-circuited.
I see.
And then he got a authorization violation.
Luna was a golem. And DML-016 was her product ID.
That must have been what Golem was trying to tell us before he was stopped. But why? Why would Luna be in the game?
I don't know how autonomous she really is, but I find it hard to believe she would have come here of her own free will.
So you're saying she was sent here by Zero Senior?
Probably. Look. At the bottom of the screen, it shows her current status.
Currently operational. Executing special mission? You think her special mission is to participate in the game?
Probably.
So why did Zero Senior want a robot to participate? Or a robot as a participant? You think maybe it was to supervise the rest of us? Maybe it was something... Maybe if something unexpected happened, she was supposed to correct it or something?
What if it was some kind of void conf test?
A what?
It's from an old book. A test to see how human she was. Whether or not 8 people would be able to figure out she was a robot. That might almost explain the whole game, actually.
And in an older file, this was mentioned. I quickly just go and pull up that file. From the archives, if we go to our secrets, if we go back to... not this one right here. Yeah, this one right here.
Making us solve puzzles and play the AV game. All of those things could have been designed to give us a chance to see her true nature.
So it's kind of like the Chinese room.
Yeah. Luna is the girl locked in the room, and the 8 of us are the people outside it. Well, like I always say...
It's just a possibility, right?
All what matters is if the person next to you does what you want. Looks like a person, acts like a person, and talks like a person, then it's probably a person.
When did you figure it out? That she was a golem, I mean.
Right now. I didn't know until I saw this stuff.
You're lying. When I told you about what happened with Golem in the pantry, you said something about how this game might be sort of like the Chinese room.
I don't know why I said that. It just felt like it made sense.
Like you just knew it?
Look, forget about that. See Luna's status?
Currently operational. Yeah, it says the same thing it did a minute ago. Currently operational. Executing special mission. And that signals what? Because she's supposed to be dead? So how is she currently operational? Whoa! Wait, what the hell? Luna's
Do you think robots die?
dead.
She was only injected with muscle relaxant.
Ding ding.
10 minutes remain until Amdex game polling closes. All players, if no vote is recorded before the deadline has...
Of course. Luna's the one who opened the AV
That
gate.
might not be the only thing she did. Look,
What do you
what are the
mean?
last 3 digits of her product ID?
016.
And where have we seen that before?
No. No, I don't believe it. Are you saying it was Luna who handcuffed Pulver and Tenryoji?
We should go check her body. You remember where it is?
The crew quarters, of course, I remember. Dun da 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 dun. Where is she? We were
Yeah.
right. Why? Why would Luna?
I trust him.
remain.
Let's go. The game hasn't stopped. If we don't vote, we're going to get penalized.
Right. Off we go then. Ambidex's room.
Invalid pair detected. Please retry with valid partner.
What? Oh yeah, forgot about this thing.
Right. Luna's bracelet.
Yeah, with her bracelet, there's 3 in this room. I stepped outside and set Luna's bracelet down and then head back into the AB room.
2 minutes remain.
Alright, I'll go ahead and hit the start button. You
Yeah,
ready?
go ahead. Wait, Sigma.
Huh? Luna?
One minute remains until Amadeus game polling closes.
Wait. What the hell's going on? Why is Luna
She's
here?
probably planning on participating in the game.
You mean she's gonna take the bracelet and go into one of the other rooms?
Yeah.
How's she going to vote?
Betray. I'm sure of it. Why else would she come here? If she wanted to vote ally, she could have just waited for the deadline to pass.
She's got 7 BP,
Yeah.
right?
Why are you asking that? Her BP doesn't matter right now.
What?
If you totally lost it, she doesn't have her bracelet on. And besides, she's a golem. She isn't trying to get out. Whether she has 9 BP or not doesn't mean anything to her.
Then why is she gonna do? Then why is she doing this?
Isn't that obvious? She wants to keep our BP below 9. Say she defaulted to ally, we could choose whatever we wanted, and we'd still get 9 BP. She's here to make sure that doesn't happen.
10 seconds remain until Amadeus game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
And I trust him.
This is the one time where I sat staring at Ally in Betray, and I fell for the game. I fell for it. I feel so bad that I did.
2, 1. Round 3 of the Amadeus game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Amadeus gates now opening.
And thus,
Hey, Sigma, are you insane? Why the hell did you choose ally?
wait. We can talk about that later. Right now, let's talk about it after we see what happened. She's gone. Where'd she go?
That's odd. We came out the moment the gates opened. There's no way she could have left already.
Then there it was. I thought so. She didn't pick it up. Without the bracelet, she couldn't have voted.
Then she let the system vote ally for her?
Results from round 3 of the Amadeus game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Right, the results.
Yeah, let's go have a look.
Just one. Phi. That's how empty it is. Dead, dead. Dead, dead. Ally. Ally. Look at all that death.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
9-9. Since Luna didn't vote, she got set to ally automatically. The other 6 got penalized. Then again, 5 of them are already dead, so are already dead. We don't know where Quark is, but his bracelet's already off.
Yeah, that means all those penalties are meaningless. Why didn't Luna show up then? I mean, we've got her on IVP now, but... Alright, what do you want to do, Sigma? Do you want to leave?
What? You're kidding, right? Weren't you the one who kept going on about how Quark's still alive? I can't just run off and leave him here.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well, that's a relief. I was hoping you'd say that. Now let's get moving. We need to find Quark.
And Luna too, right?
Luna.
Hard to say, huh?
The Amadex
Gates have closed.
Round 4 of the Amadex game, Star Keys.
Magenta pair, red solo. That means we're not on a. That means we're not against each other. Not that it matters. Fine, I checked our bracelets out of sheer reflex. I was a magenta pair, just like before, but Saya changed to a red solo. It didn't really matter though. Both of our bracelets showed the number 9. All we had to do was open the number 9 door, and we'd have to play another AB game. And we'd never have to play another AB game.
Alright, Quark comes first. Let's go.
She spun around and headed for the cyan door. I followed on her heels. Still just the dead Alice. Into the infirmary, where we just have Clover, Dio, and the old lady. Oh, and there's the reaction. Dun 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 dun. There's the 2 dead bodies of Kay and Dio. There's Golem laying on the floor.
Sigma, there's something I want to ask you.
What is it?
There are 3 doors here. You, Alice, and Luna went through the one on the right. That took you to the Golem Bay, correct?
Why are these other 2 doors unlocked? Yeah. According to the map. According to the map, that's the door on the bottom. There's a lever on that thing in the middle, right? We pulled it, but only one of the doors opened. We only opened one of the doors. What about it?
Take a look. See the lock?
Open?
Yeah.
Then who the hell opened it? And
There's
how?
only one person who could have opened it.
Luna.
Alright, let's head in.
Okay. And we go into the treatment center. What the heck are these?
I think they're treatment pods of some sort.
What mint pods? Even as I spoke, part of me knew what they were. I didn't know how or why, but I felt a strong sense of deja vu when I looked at them and suddenly realized I knew exactly how to operate the pods. It was a strange, unsettling feeling, as if somewhere deep inside was a version of myself that I didn't actually know. We know how the pods work because of both Clover's ending and Kay's ending. Both endings are required in order to get the password to get to this ending.
One of them's lit up.
The one on the left, is it being used?
Glass is all fogged up. I can't really see inside.
Let's crack it open then.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Quark. Quark. So I believe we grab him and run out. Our feet pounded across the floor of the warehouse. Quark's body bounced in my arms as I ran. His pulse and breathing were normal. He was limp and unconscious, but he was alive. The pod display had given us a little information on his condition. As far as we could tell, he had been given an anesthetic, which had put him to sleep.
Ready? What's wrong? You're supposed to say, yeah, sure.
Is it really okay for us to just leave?
What the hell is this? You want to stay here? What if Luna kills you too?
What?
Think about it. Alice, Clover, Tenmyoji, the old woman, even Dio and Kay.
There's a good chance Luna killed all of them.
But why?
Why doesn't matter. Remember what we saw on Clover's thigh? And what's that
016.
same number as?
The last 3 digits of Luna's product ID.
Where did we find the old woman's corpse?
And the AB room that Luna came out of.
And if you're right, her brain is in the central computer core. That means she could have easily moved that crane, right? She could have used it anytime she wanted.
That means any alibi she might have for not being able to move the crane is worthless.
Exactly. She must have moved the AB room. Alice noticed it right away. At the very least, that would mean Luna had a reason to try and kill Alice.
To keep her quiet.
She could also have murdered Dio and Kay. Remember their star keys? Luna must have taken them, which puts her in the room with Dio and Kay. You understand, don't you? I admit none of this evidence is conclusive, but look at our options. You, me, Quark, and Luna. Who do you think is the most likely to be the murderer?
I think it's one of the dead people.
Think this through, Sigma. Luna's a golem. That means she's a robot that's part of this facility, designed to do God knows what. If what you said about golems and the central computer is true, she's basically a puppet of Zero Junior's. There isn't really much of an argument to be made here. The only option is to leave her here and get out.
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics?
A robot may not injure a human being or through an action allow a human being to come to harm. Here's Sigma's ending, which started looking like Luna's at first.
A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic.
Okay, you're right. Let's get out of here.
Don't scare me like that. Okay, I'm going to open it.
Divulgence. You don't have to ask me. Isn't that what you always say?
Yeah, I guess so. It's time we got out of here. Let's go.
With a heavy, laboring groan, the number 9 door began to open. As soon as the gap was wide enough to admit her body, Phi slipped through it. I followed her through, Quark still cradled in my arms. Inside was a massive lift platform, like the kind used to move industrial cargo. Phi turned to face me, and I shoved Quark into her arms.
Huh?
Before she could respond, I spun around and ran.
The number 9
door has been opened.
It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Sigma! What the hell are you thinking? Get back here!
Sorry, Phi. There's something I have to do. Take care of Quark.
No! You don't mean you're going to go find Luna? God damn it, Sigma! Think about what you're doing! Sigma! Listen to me! You can't do this!
The number
9 door has closed.
This ends the notary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors, escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
I had no regrets. In fact, with Phi and Quark successful escape, I felt a profound sense of relief. One of my objectives has been achieved, and a difficult choice has been made. My mind felt clear and focused. More so than it had been in a long time. Alright, time to go. Luna's waiting. Luna. I knew you'd be here.
New?
Oh, right. We haven't talked here in this one, huh?
Isn't this nice? This is the only place in this whole facility with anything green. I kind of feel silly saying it, but it makes me think of the great outdoors. I think it's so perfect that being surrounded by nature makes me feel
What?
I know what you can do. Someone told me about it once. They said that you have the ability to transport your consciousness through time.
Who told you that? Luna looked down at the music box around her neck. Carefully and delicately, she twisted the dial on the bottom.
Sigma, aren't you here to ask me something? Why I killed them, perhaps?
Well, actually, I already know you didn't do
Huh?
it.
Why do you think I didn't do it? I'd like to know your reasoning.
All right. I nodded and took a moment to compose my thoughts. So get ready for the biggest dump. The biggest dump with only... Honestly, other than the final ending telling you everything that happens, this is the biggest information dump that this game has. Other than that final ending. Fitting as this is the second to last ending we're getting. Might as well start with the old lady, or old woman. There's no point beating around the bush, I suppose. Dio killed her.
Why do you think so?
Her left arm had blood splatters all the way up to her elbow, except for a stripe on the wrist that was perfectly clean. What could have caused that? My guess is a bracelet. It got covered with blood and it kept her wrist clean. Obviously none of our bracelets had blood splatter on them, but Dio's bracelets reacted to the luminol. That meant Dio's bracelets had to have come from the old woman.
Is that your proof? That's why you think Dio killed her?
No. No, it's only enough to suspect him. After all, he could have just taken the bracelet after someone else killed her.
Why are you so sure?
Because he confessed. After his bracelet reacted to the luminol, I confronted him.
Alright, fine. You called me, I did it. I killed the old bitch and took her bracelet.
K's ending.
Wait, when did that happen?
In a different timeline.
Isn't that against the rules?
What rules? I hope you're not gonna try and bring up Nox's 10 Commandments. Does it really matter if it's against the rules or fair? The truth is the truth. I can't go that way. Oh, 14. Colonel must be mentioned early on. Dio was right there. Rule number 2. Because I don't know about you, but being able to teleport consciousness is one of these two. I don't think it's unfair to base a theory. Let's say that Incident P happened, and then after that timeline splits into timeline A and B. I don't think it's unfair to base a theory in timeline A on information I found in timeline B. After all, A and B both came from the same place, P. If you trace the history of both timelines, you end up back at Incident P. Now, if I could change what happened with Incident P by visiting timeline A or B, then yes, it'd be a different story. I don't know that it'd be unfair per se, but I'd certainly be breaking some pretty big rules, like, you know, the principle of causality. That's another thing we talked about. Principle of causality, right? Yeah. I'm sure that Dio killed the old woman. By extension, that means you couldn't have killed her. I'm assuming Dio wasn't originally intended to be part of the Nonary game. Somehow he got in and took the old woman's place. That's how he ended up as Quark's partner. It's just an educated guess, but I have a feeling his plan was to replace one of us. I doubt it mattered which one. I have no idea why he would want to do something like that, and I don't know how he did it either, but the fact remains that he did it. He hid in the warehouse on floor A and visited and waited for someone to come out of one of the AB rooms. That someone turned out to be the old woman. She left Quark asleep in the AV room and came out of her own. Somehow he managed to get close enough to stab her. He did it near the wall with the graffiti on it. I'm guessing he stabbed her from behind so that he wouldn't get any blood on himself. As soon as she was dead, he wrapped the knife up in a handkerchief. No, wait, actually, he probably took the bracelet first. Then he would have needed to wipe the blood off, so he used the handkerchief for that too. Anyway, the point is he got the bracelet and put it on. Then he wrapped the knife up and hid it between the rightmost AB room and its neighbor. He probably didn't expect that they'd be moved, or he would have put it somewhere else. After that, he headed back into the AB room that the woman had left. Quark would have still been in a sleep. So as far as he knew, Dio was there the whole time. That does raise a few other questions, but I'll save those for later. For now, let's move on to the other murders. Well, actually, one of them probably isn't a murder. I'm talking about Alice. I'm pretty sure she committed suicide.
All of humanity is going to die. Adults, children, everyone. Everyone! There won't be anyone left! I'd rather die here!
She'd been infected with Radical 6. I think that infection caused her to take her own life. She used Dio's knife, which she found in the warehouse after the AB room it moved and exposed it. She took it with her and then used it to stab herself in the crew quarters. Next are Clover and Tenmyoji. First question is, who put the handcuffs on them? The clue is the message Clover left, 016. If you think about it, though, it doesn't make sense. Clover's left hand was in the handcuff. That means she would have had to write it with her right hand on her right thigh. I feel like that would have been really hard to do that, you know? Why not just use your left thigh? The thing is, I think she did. When she died, her legs slumped together and the message got transferred to the right thigh. We just never saw the original because we didn't bother to check the other leg. In other words, she wasn't trying to write 016. She wasn't writing 016, she was writing Dio. She was trying to write D-I-O. With her dying breath, she was trying to tell us the name of her killer. Now about Kay and Dio. I think there's a pretty good chance Dio killed Kay. Here's how I imagined it happened. Kay probably sprayed Dio's bracelet with luminol. We found the bottle in Kay's robe. He wouldn't have seen a reaction immediately, but Dio would have known what was coming. So as soon as Kay turned the lights off, it was clear that Dio who had taken the old woman's bracelet. My guess is he decided to take a preemptive action. When we found their bodies, the lights in the rec room were on. Maybe Kay turned the switch. Turned to switch the lights off, and Dio took that opportunity to attack him. Kay was hurt pretty badly, but he didn't die right away. He probably managed to grab the spear and stab Dio. Then he died. So that accounts for all 6 bodies. None of them your fault.
Sigma, I'm glad you don't think I did it, but all of your theories are just, well, theories. Like Alice committing suicide. How can you be sure? Say she was infected with Radical 6. She could have been murdered before her symptoms even began to present themselves. As for Clover and Tenmyoji, I could easily have killed them. You don't have any proof that Clover's message was mirrored, like you say, or even that it was supposed to refer to Dio. Even if it did, that's not conclusive evidence of his guilt. The same goes for Kay and Dio. I could have killed them both. Why do you trust me so much? I'm a machine. I'm part of this place. How can you trust a machine?
That's it. We don't trust a machine. We trust a person. That's why I trust you. But that's also the case. Because of the 3 laws of robotics. I trust you because you're a robot. Your robotness is just one more reason you can't be the killer. Well, 3 more reasons.
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics?
Rule 1. A robot may not injure a human or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm.
A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic. Sigma.
Luna, I have to ask you. Can you tell me, well, everything you know? Your mind is in the central server. You should know everything that happened here. There was a long pause. Luna stood up and walked deeper into the garden. I followed her in silence. Eventually, we reached the bench. Luna quietly sat, and just like last time, I lowered myself down beside her.
You were right. I didn't kill them. How should I explain? Well, actually, you got most of it right.
It doesn't matter. Tell me everything.
Well, first, yes. Dio did sneak into the facility. He used the large cargo elevator and came into the warehouse on floor A through the number 9 door. Since the game hadn't started yet, anyone could go through it.
That doesn't really sound like sneaking. It sounds more like he just walked in.
Yes, I guess you could say that. He did get in pretty easily, but that's because Zero Jr. lured him here.
What do you mean?
Dio wasn't a surprise. Both Zeros knew that he was going to come.
So they brought him here.
In a way.
But why?
Because his presence was an important part of Zero's project.
What project?
I can't go into that right now. We'd be here forever. Right now, let's just focus on the murders, okay? Anyway, Dio found his way in. They made sure he didn't know that he was actually being let in.
So why did he come here?
To make sure Zero's project failed. His first step was to pretend to be one of the players. As for how he did that, you had it pretty much right. The old woman was the first one out, and he killed her under the graffiti. He put a bracelet on after he wiped the blood off it with a handkerchief.
Okay.
Then he wrapped the knife up and hid it between the 5th and 6th AB rooms.
5th and 6th?
counting from the left in their original placement.
In other words, the rightmost room would be the 6th room, and the one next to it would be the 5th?
Right. After that, he went back into the 5th AB room where Quark was sleeping. Then he just waited for Quark to wake up.
What were you doing while that was happening?
Nothing. I couldn't do anything. My body had been turned off. Zero Jr. had powered me down. My body wasn't activated until after Dio went into the 5th room. I couldn't help her. All I could do was watch while she was murdered. Everything in this place is controlled by Zero Jr. I couldn't try and prevent Dio from getting in either.
Wait, if Zero Jr. controls everything, then he was the one who moved the 6th room with the crane?
Yes, that's right. Zero Jr. moved the room, not me.
Then who moved the old woman?
Me. It took me 10 minutes to get out of my AB room once I was turned back on. I ran over to check on her as soon as I did. Then I carried her back to the room I'd been in.
Why'd you do that?
Because I was ordered to.
What?
Luna, listen to me very carefully.
Dun, 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 dun. Now, this is an old theme we haven't heard in a while. Morphogenetic sorrows.
As you already know, the final stage of the project begins in 2 hours.
The part that we're playing, the Nonary game, AB edition.
This will be the culmination of many years of hard work. We cannot afford failure.
Yes, I understand.
Then let's make sure. What is your mission?
Enter the Nonary game as one of the participants and observe the actions of the other players. Ensure that they do what they are supposed to and guide them down the correct paths.
How many players will there be?
Myself and 7 others, ma'am. Will you be participating as well?
Yes. Our plan dictates that I must. An individual by the name of Dio will be entering this facility presently. He has been led to believe he is doing so undetected. You've been briefed on him already, correct?
Yes. He will murder the first person to leave one of the AB rooms and take their place. If the pair is the first out, he'll probably kill both of them. That's all the information I've been given on him, ma'am.
Is there a problem?
With all due respect, ma'am, I would like to state that I don't feel right about this. We know someone is going to be killed, and we're just going to let it happen.
Especially since their plan hinges on the fact that the whole idea of if a pair comes out and he kills them both, doesn't that screw it over by only allowing 8 people in the game?
I also have doubts about the use of Radical 6. Are you sure? Infecting all these people with such a horrible disease.
That is none of your concern. Your only concern is to follow your orders.
But
Luna, I am giving you an order. I am in command, and you do as I say.
Aren't you high and mighty?
You are programmed to do as I say. You know this.
Aren't you high and mighty?
yes,
Good. Now, I have one final order.
another order, ma'am?
Yes. When you leave the AB room, the person Dio has killed will still be there. I would like you to move them
Where?
to the room you are about to enter, the 6th AB room.
But why?
Not your concern. As a participant in the game, you must have as little knowledge of it as possible. That is why I have made sure you are unable to access any classified data. There are things you must not know. In order for this project to succeed, we need you to be as close to a clean slate as possible. There are some things you already know, which ideally you would not. Unfortunately, this is unavoidable, so you must refrain from divulging anything you know about the project to the other participants. You must never tell anyone what you know about Dio, or the body, or that you carried it to the 6th AB room.
But the game's already over.
You will have to pretend you know nothing more than the rest of the participants.
Is that an order?
Yes. Do I make myself clear?
Crystal.
Yes.
You've made yourself crystal clear, Akane. The victim of the first
After
game.
that, I went into the AV room as I'd been told to. As soon as I stepped inside, my body deactivated. But since my brain is in the main computer, I was still awake, so I still saw everything. While I waited, I used the security cameras to see what was going on in the rest of the facility.
And you saw the old woman being murdered.
Yes, it was hard. What I was seeing made no sense. Several of my higher level processes nearly failed. To think that she would be the first person to come out. I think she knew that Dio was going to kill her. When she'd said she had one final order for me, I didn't understand what she meant. Like a fool, I told her I didn't approve, when I had no idea what she was prepared to do. When she died, whatever I have that passes for a heart felt like it snapped in two.
We wasted all that time saving her in the first game. Oh, God, Akane. I think I understand. Everything you did because you've been ordered to?
Yes.
And it was the old woman who gave you those orders? Then is she Zero Senior?
No.
What? But if she gave you the orders...
She did, but she wasn't the only person I took orders from.
There was someone else?
Yes.
That person is Zero Senior?
Yes. They worked together to develop the project she mentioned. So I suppose technically my orders came from both of them. And they were both controlling Zero Junior too. I told you before that Zero Junior moved the 6th AB room. Although that's strictly true, he didn't do it of his own free will. They ordered him to do it. He was following orders just like me.
But why?
I don't know. I really don't. Maybe they did it so that people wouldn't suspect me.
If they didn't want people to suspect you, then why have you moved the body in the first place? Eventually we'd figure out that the room had been moved and that she was in your room.
Maybe they wanted the opposite.
You
Maybe they
mean...
wanted you to suspect me.
That doesn't make sense either. If they wanted people to suspect you, why move the
You're
room?
right. And maybe they only wanted certain people to be suspicious of me.
You mean like Alice?
Yes. Perhaps they wanted Alice to find a handkerchief and a knife. That would explain why they moved to the room.
So they somehow knew Dio would hide the knife there?
Yes, I think so.
But how could they know that?
Well, whatever the reasons were, Alice did notice that the room was moved, which meant that Clover also figured it out.
That's true.
And just like you said, Alice used the knife to take her life. Clover didn't realize that, though. Or perhaps she didn't want to. In any event, she decided that I must have killed Alice to keep her quiet. So she confronted me. It was right after the second round of the AB game. Using Vi's timetable, that would be 0 hours, 0 minutes.
Wait, you were listening to us in the security office?
Yes, that wasn't all I was listening to, though. I know everything that happened in the facility after my body collapsed.
You were watching through the security cameras?
Yes, I was. I could see and hear everything. Anyway, we're at 0 hours, 0 minutes. I was in the hallway on floor A when Clover found me and took me to room 2 in the crew quarters. We entered at about 0 hours, 1 minute. She was very forceful.
I know you killed Alice. Tell me the truth, and I'll let you live. Now fess up! I'm only gonna give you one chance. If you lie, or try to play dumb or something, I'll kill you right in front of her!
I told her the truth, of course. I explained that I hadn't killed Alice, that she'd been infected with Radical 6, and it had caused her to kill herself.
But Clover wasn't listening to it.
Clover was never going to believe that, though. We argued about it for nearly 9 minutes.
Yep.
It wasn't just Alice she asked me about. She asked me about the murder of the old woman, and about the AB room being moved. She wasn't very nice about it, but I couldn't answer any of her questions.
Welcome to Clover, where she's not nice about anything. Because of your orders?
Yes. Then, at about 0 hours, 10 minutes, she must have run out of patience. She stuck her hand in her pocket and started moving toward me. She backed me up against the wall and pulled her hand out of her pocket. She was holding the injection gun. I tried to take it away from her. I even screamed for help. She refused to let go, of course. While we were fighting over it,
It somehow got to your neck and she pulled the trigger. Whoa, hold on a minute. The trigger got pulled in the fight? You know, that part I get. What I don't understand is why it did anything to you.
because I'm gone.
Yeah.
One of my orders was always to act like I was one of the players. A human. Any human injected with that amount of tubocurine would die.
Yep, so you fell over, your body got deactivated, and Zero Jr. probably disarmed the bracelet just so it looked real, you know, because he knew that if the bracelet stayed on, some red flags would have been raised. So when Luna got hit with that much, he knew he had to disarm it. Because Luna probably couldn't. That's why you died? To keep up the facade that you were human?
No, I collapsed because Zero Jr. turned off the power to my body again. He probably felt he had to. Maintaining the illusion that I was human was probably in his orders too. So to make it look like I had died, he turned the power off. Whatever the case, it was an accident. I don't think Clover ever intended to actually kill me. She only took the injection gun to try and threaten.
How could you be sure?
When I collapsed, she looked terrified. She checked for my pulse and listened to see if I was breathing. She also shook my body and called out to me several times. If she'd meant to kill me, why do all that? After a few moments, she ran off to the infirmary to get the AED.
You mean the defibrillator?
Yes.
That uses electronic shocks to restart the heart, right?
Correct.
So that was why she left?
Yes.
At 11 minutes 40 seconds, Clover left the cabin and the crew quarters. I don't know why they say hours.
She ran off toward the infirmary. On the way, she bumped into Dio.
Dio?
Yes. I guess she just saw him, really. They didn't talk. She just ran past.
And he watched her go by?
Yes. I imagine he was curious, of course. He probably wondered what she was doing, but he chose not to go after her. He had something else to do.
At 12 minutes, Dio entered the room.
He seemed pretty surprised to find my body.
Yeah, I
It
bet.
didn't take him long to get over it, though.
Wouldn't imagine it would. What did he do
He'd
then?
gone there for 2 reasons. One was to get Alice's bracelet, which was a blue solo.
Right. Without it, Dio and Kay, the yellow pair, wouldn't be able to get through the secondary door. Right?
Yeah, but he couldn't find it.
Of course. If I had already taken it by then.
Yes, but there was something else he wanted to do, too. He was there to take the knife. Removing it was gruesome.
Why did he want the knife? Was it because he used it to kill the old woman?
No, I don't think so.
Then what do you think?
I think he didn't want anyone to see the engraving on the knife's blade. That's why he hid it so well after he killed the old woman.
The engraving that said Myrmidons? Why wouldn't he want anyone to see that?
Do you remember what it said? There was a word engraved on the blade.
Myrmidons.
Yes.
What does Myrmidons mean?
It's the name of the organization he belongs to.
What is it? Like a club or
I
something?
don't think so.
Well, what is it then?
I don't really know.
No idea?
I'm afraid not.
Damn. Wait, wasn't he here to try and stop whatever Zero was doing?
Yes.
Then, wouldn't that mean he's on our side?
I don't know about that. He's killed 4 people. I'm not really sure he's on anyone's side.
You've got a point. Damn it, this is ridiculous. So I guess this enemy of my enemy isn't my friend, huh?
May I continue?
Yeah, keep going. After he took the knife, Dio rifled through what few belongings Alice had. Luna said he didn't seem to be looking for anything in particular. He was probably just checking to see if she had anything useful. And that's where he found the key to Kay's suit. He didn't seem to have any particular reason for taking it, at least as far as Luna could tell. At 13 minutes, Dio left the room.
He heard Kay opening the cyan door and ran out. When he left, he was heading toward the infirmary. My guess is that he was going after Clover. He found her with the AED. She was probably planning to just ignore him and head back, but Theo didn't let her.
Hey, wait. Just what are you planning to do with that thing? Thinking about trying to resuscitate Luna? And why would you want to do that? You were the one who killed her, weren't you?
When Clover tried to push past Dio, Luna said they began to
What
fight.
do you think you're doing?
Dio pulled the knife out of his pocket and pointed it at Clover's throat. That was when he showed up. Tenmyoji.
Dio, what the hell are you doing? None of your goddamn business. Stay out of this, you senile little shit.
Like hell, you son of a bitch!
He let out a yell and leapt towards Dio. The younger man dodged him easily and lashed out with the knife. Tenmyoji caught Dio's hand with a grunt, and for a moment the two men struggled. Then, as the knife edged closer, he wrapped his other hand around the blade and tried to force it away. But Dio was much younger and stronger man, and the wound Tenmyoji gave himself with the knife didn't do him any favors. He put up a valiant fight, but with a roar, Dio threw him off. Tenmyoji collapsed to the floor.
What are you going to do?
That would have been a smart idea to actually help Clover.
Let's see. How about this? How cute. You two really look great together, you know?
What are you going to do to us?
Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna handcuff you to a sink. Actually, I already have.
Are you going to beat us to death or something?
No. Nothing so tasteless.
What are you going to do then?
He's gonna clock you out. By triggering the penalty.
You like to make a bet.
A bet?
You've got, 20-some minutes until the primary white doors open. So I'd say you've got 25 minutes until they close. Give or take, if somebody happens to come by here before the doors close. You might live, but if nobody finds you, well...
We'll be penalized.
Exactly. So, I suggest you start screaming for help. Now, unfortunately for you, just about all the rooms in this place are behind at least 2 nice thick doors. So unless they're pretty close, nobody's gonna hear you scream. Well, I'm off to the floor of the warehouse, okay? Enjoy your last 25 minutes. Later.
"25 minutes passed and no one came.
Of course not. It's not. Because we didn't think of looking there.
Of course, by then there were only 3 other people who could have come, apart from Theo.
You mean me, Phi, and K, right?
Yes.
Because you were powered off, and Quark... Well, Quark, I think, was in the treatment pod at this point.
You were in the crew quarters at this point.
Yeah. Kay told us about you. We also noticed that the knife in Alice's chest had been removed. If only we'd known what happened in the infirmary.
Unfortunately for Clover and Tenmyoji, their time had come. Once the primary white door closed, both of their bracelets injected them with Soparil.
The anesthetic, right?
Yes. Almost immediately they started to feel sleepy. I think that's when Clover realized she was definitely going to die. That was when she decided to leave her message. Just as you said, she wrote on her left thigh with her right hand.
So the word she wrote was Dio.
Yes. As for what happened in the rec room, well, I guess I don't really need to tell you. Your theory was essentially correct. What you said was what happened.
So Kay sprayed Dio's bracelet with luminol, and then while his back was turned, Dio attacked him with the axe. Dio mortally wounded him, but didn't kill him, so Kay turned around and stabbed Dio with the spear. I guess that's when we found them.
Yes.
When did Kay get the luminol?
After they went through the white door, Dio and Kay found themselves in the director's office. When they were done there, they headed back to floor A to look for everyone else. They went to the crew quarters first, then to the infirmary. Of course, they found Clover and Tenmyoji's bodies there. Theo expected to find them, of course, but he pretended to be shocked. Anyway, Kay checked them over for anything useful.
And that's when he found the luminol.
Right. That's everything that happened.
What do you think? Does a bear shit in the woods? Well, the first thing is Quark's bracelet. Why was it in the infirmary?
Tenmyoji had it. Then when Dio attacked him, it fell out of his pocket.
But why did Tenmyoji have Quark's bracelet?
I told him where it was.
When?
Do you remember when you were in the rec room with Phi and Tenmyoji?
Yeah, when he sprayed us with the luminol, right? Sure, I remember that.
Right after then. When he left the rec room, he went toward the green door to look for Quark. I ran into him at the end of the hallway, where the 3 doors and the switch are. That was when I told him. Look, Tenmyoji. The center door is unlocked. He took off through it without another word.
Yeah, that was the treatment room, right?
Yes,
Where Quark is sleeping.
right.
Was sleeping.
It only took him a moment. As soon as he saw Quark, he ran to his pod and started crying.
Out of relief, right?
Yes, the display on the pod showed Quark's vital signs. It was obvious he was alive the moment he looked at it. Next to the pod was Quark's bracelet. That was how Tenmyoji got it.
Why was Quark's bracelet off?
I took it off.
How?
Aluminum foil.
What? You mean the stuff from the crew quarters?
Oh, you found it? Did you know that aluminum foil has electromagnetic shielding properties?
What?
Here's an exciting fact. Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses. Anyway, the point is it's in the bracelets you have on it.
So wait, so you're telling me that aluminum foil can block the electromagnetic waves your heart's sending out? Sends
Yes.
out?
All you have to do is wrap it around your bracelet.
And the bracelet thinks your heart stopped.
Yes.
Holy shit. It was that easy all along.
Anyway, I used some aluminum foil to get Quark's bracelet off. Then I put it next to the pod.
Wait, why was Quark in the pod to begin with?
Oh, that's easy. I put him there.
When did you do that?
Remember when we were first looking for Quark? I found him unconscious near the entrance to the Golem Bay.
So you carried him to the treatment pod?
Yes.
Were you the one who unlocked the treatment center too?
No, I was not. I do not have the authority to operate any of this facility's machinery.
So it was Zero Jr.?
That's right.
He reactivated your body too, right? Man, I don't get any of this. Why the hell did he do that? I guess it really wasn't him that did it, huh? He was just doing what Zero Senior and the old lady told him to do. Everything leads back to them, huh? Of course it does. So, are you gonna tell me?
Tell you what?
Isn't that obvious? Tell me what this project is. Everything that happened in here has something to do with it. So why were we brought here?
To play the Nonary game.
And why were we supposed to play the Nonary
That
game?
was part of the project.
Why did Alice kill herself?
Because she was infected with Radical 6.
How did she get infected?
Zero Senior and the old woman did that.
Why?
It was a necessary evil. It had to happen for the project to succeed.
What would have happened if Alice didn't commit suicide?
Clover wouldn't have suspected me, and she wouldn't have accidentally killed me.
Then
I
what?
wouldn't have collapsed, and Dio wouldn't have found my body. That would have meant the confrontation in the infirmary never took place.
In other words, you're saying Clover and Tenmyoji died for this project.
Yes.
No, actually, it was the tubocurine that killed them. But they were only injected with it because of their bracelets. And they were only wearing those bracelets because of the Nonary game. If the Nonary game was part of the project, then that's one more way it killed them.
I guess, if you want to look at it that way.
Now what about Kay and Dio? Why would they kill each other?
Because Dio killed the old woman. He was worried about getting caught, so he tried to kill Kay before he could find out the truth.
Then if Dio hadn't killed the old lady, what would have happened in the rec room would have never taken place, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you this. Why did Dio kill her?
So that he could pose as one of the participants.
And why did he do that?
To disrupt the project.
Then why did she let him kill her?
The same reason they did all of this. It wasn't necessary evil. The project couldn't be allowed to fail.
Six people died here. 4 of them were murdered, one way or another, by Dio. At first, that makes it look like Dio's the reason they all died. But that's not true, is it? All of them, all 6 of them, they all died for this project. That means the murderer, or I guess I should say murderers, were the old lady and Zero Senior, right? Please, Luna, tell me. 4646. What is this project about? Who is the old woman? Who is Zero?
Sigma.
Hmm?
Would you hug me?
What? Instead of answering, Luna wrapped her arms around me and buried her face in my chest. My own arms hovered in the air, confused about where they should go. I swallowed hard and tried to rein in my heartbeat, which had suddenly doubled. I was about to speak when I felt something warm on my chest. Was Luna crying?
This feels nice.
Her voice shook as she spoke. I lowered my hand under her head and began to gently stroke her hair. Hey, Luna, what the hell's going on?
I'm sorry. My ABT is usually held in place by muscle fiber, but after Clover gave me the tubocurine...
Okay. I get it.
Does it scare you? This is what I really look like. I'm a golem. Just a machine. A jumble of metal and plastic that pretends to be real.
I wrapped my arms around Luna and hugged her as tight as I could.
You believed in me this whole time.
Yeah.
Even though I look like this?
Of course. I trust you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bluebird's lamentation.
I wish I could stay here forever. You feel so nice. But I think my time is up.
What?
I've done things I really shouldn't have. Do you remember what you asked me earlier? About if Zero Jr. had reactivated my body? Remember? The truth is, he didn't. I did. I went to the part of the core that controls Zero Jr. and I hacked it.
What?
Yes, that was the first thing. The second. Do you know what the second one was? If I had really wanted to, I could have saved Clover and Tenmyoji. Then Kay and Dio probably wouldn't have killed each other. That's not all. I could have stopped Alice from killing herself. And I could have even saved the old woman at the very beginning. In other words, I had the ability to disobey my orders. But I didn't. That's the second thing. I broke the first law. I was scared. I was afraid to die. Obviously, hacking the core and taking control of Zero Junior's systems is very, very bad. Golems who don't follow orders can become dangerous, so we're terminated if we disobey. You lose access to your body, of course, but everything that's stored in the core, your memories, your consciousness, is deleted.
What? Wait, are you saying...
Yes, very soon now I'll be gone. Zero Junior is probably recovering himself right now. Once he's done, I doubt I'll be around much longer.
What? Why?
I watched 6 people die and did nothing. I deserve this.
No. No, you don't. Even if you had done something, you would have been killed anyway. You can't blame yourself. You did what you could. You're not wrong. This game is what's wrong. Forcing you to watch your friends die is what's wrong.
Oh, Sigma, thank you. I'm really glad I met you.
Luna. Luna! It's going to be okay. I'm not gonna let them do this. You're gonna be fine. I promise. Just please don't.
Sorry. My time's up. At least I get to die in your arms.
Luna!
Thank you, Sigma. And goodbye, Doctor.
Doctor. But she couldn't answer. I squeezed my eyes shut and held her, unable to bear the thought of letting any more of her slip away. With one last quiet chime, the music box wound down. I was left with nothing but silence and a cold pool of tears over my heart. Luna. End.
Chromatic doors have opened.
And with that, we'll call it for today. Next time, may we finally end this project once and for all. And get the final character's ending, Phi's ending. Thank you for coming out, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.